Yo, you tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to Unnamed Sports Show right here on Guerilla Cross Radio. I'm your host, Quan59, and we got a dope show for you today. We're going to be talking about NFL Week 2, talking about Canelo versus Triple G, and a lot more right here on Guerilla Cross Radio. If you're listening live, download that Guerilla Cross app. You can listen live every week to all of our live shows, and you can download the podcast on there. You can see all of our video streams and some news and all that stuff. So make sure you download the Guerilla Cross app for free. We're here live every Monday, 4-ish p.m., and every Thursday, 2 p.m. We've been pretty on point on Thursdays, so give us props to that. But, you know, it's after a busy weekend. It was Mexican Independence Day.
Quan had 1 hour of sleep.
1 hour of sleep, you know, so sometimes you start the show a little late. But we will have about an hour show today, maybe a little longer, but we're gonna talk about all that and more, and Steve's gonna tell us why races don't understand each other.
No, I'm not.
You're not gonna implicate me that way.
He didn't take notes for that conversation, but we are here. If you want to call in, hit us up 702-608-3259. If you're watching on Facebook Live, please share the Facebook Live post for us and give some reactions. Steve likes the likes, you know what I'm saying? And he loves the hearts. So give us some hearts, give us some likes, and don't give us a sad face, you know what I'm saying? We want to make you happy on Unnamed Sports Show.
But sometimes people disagree with the views on here, so.
Sometimes.
Who's been disagreeing, Todd? You getting bad reports?
Well, a lot of people disagree with that shirt.
Last week when you wished ill on Saquon.
Yeah.
Fair, okay. Steve has some ill feelings towards me then. Understood.
Oh.
Understood.
I've got no ill feelings toward anyone.
There you go.
I'm a lover.
That's right.
You're a fighter. we know how this works. We know
Don't be out here spreading lies, Steve. Steve hates everyone.
Got Steve Hollywood Huff in the building. What's good?
I'm a lover, man. I'm defending that.
All right. And the voice you heard in the background a little bit ago, the stranger over there, is Todd.
The Teamster.
New York, the Teamster Levy.
The Teamster? Like
Todd,
a union rep?
Teamster Levy. He's the union rep. He's the
My dad was a
unnamed
union guy.
rep.
He was in the dairy union.
The dairy union.
That's cool.
I don't know the local number.
Did you have to report to
the local number? That's very true.
You had to report to the cows.
He was delivery
the
driver.
cows were not happy last week.
Okay.
That's great. That's really cool. Where was that, Todd?
In New York.
That was in New York?
Yeah.
Is the mob involved in the dairy union in New York?
Every union. Every
The
union.
mob, look,
Right.
if it's making money, the mob's involved.
If it starts with a U, the mob's involved.
How many milkmen are dead because of the mob?
A lot, because they were out there impregnating women, apparently.
Or because of the husbands of the...
Yeah. look.
I'm the son of a milkman.
Really?
Dad was the milkman. Yeah.
Wow.
You're not supposed to be giving out the family secrets like that.
There
Todd.
needs to be another show because I got a
True
lot of
story.
questions. I got a lot of questions right now. Oh, gosh.
We
Wow.
immediately get off the rails from sports. Off go.
Hey, it works. So we got super early
Yes.
trying to get his chair. You know the funny thing, you're always here early when Dave's not here.
Yeah.
Or when I'm not here. And you have to take pictures of the wall.
Yep. You know, when I get here, when I'm so early that I walk up and I see the blackout for the for the door, I'm like,
Oops.
I beat everyone. Daggone it.
Oops.
Should've timed that
But
better.
yeah, so, we're here. Life is beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Traffic sucks down here in downtown Vegas the next 2 weeks, so we might be late again, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, Life is Beautiful is down here in Las Vegas, so they're setting up. So the traffic is all the streets are closed. So
okay.
I had to valet. So if anybody has $2 I could borrow, send it to my Facebook. You can go to Messenger, push that little cash button, and go ahead and send it to me, guys, and we'd appreciate it. And I'm joking. I have money. But we have sports to talk about today as well, and we're going to jump into the NFL right off the bat and talk about the things that happened in week 2 because there was a lot of controversy. There was a lot of bad kicking. And we're going to talk about that because it was ugly. It was an ugly weekend in football, and there were some great games too. You know what I'm saying? I want to jump into the overtime game first and talk about there was a little controversy going into this overtime game. Minnesota versus Green Bay. There was an interception near the end of that game that would have put that game to an end. I think Green Bay was up by 8 points, and Clay Matthews got a hit on the quarterback, on Josh's favorite quarterback, and it looked like a super clean hit. Like, that's a hit. You take him. You don't. To me, he didn't pound him to the ground. And it was intercepted by Green Bay. They thought they won the game. There was a minute something left, up by 8. Minnesota ends up getting a roughing the passer penalty on Matthews, and the game ends up going into overtime. And then what happens in overtime? A kicker loses his job because he can't make a field goal. So it ends in a tie. So that's 2 weeks in a row. First time that's happened since 1971, I believe. And that's before they even had, like, overtime rules and stuff like that.
That was when ties were more prevalent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the first time since 1971 that the first 2 weeks there was 2 ties in a row. So did you guys see the play that I'm talking about with
where he sneezed on him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, where Clay Matthews, I mean, just hearing you talk about Kirk makes me laugh because I wish I could have had that kind of protection, from refs the last 3 years, but that's neither here nor there.
You don't get that till you're
Kirk
in
Cousins
the zone.
played good in that game.
Oh, yeah.
He played pretty well. He was
played-
arguably a better quarterback than stat-wise than Aaron Rodgers was in that game.
Well, he definitely had better stats, I mean, outside of his one pick that is going to be quite customary for those that are living in the Minnesota region. But
the new rules, quarterbacks even have more protection. So, we don't like it because we're not used to it. But I feel like moving forward, as long as it's called fairly, across the board, like it's just we're gonna have to live with it.
Yeah.
With this new world.
Well, but I mean, my thing is, it's never called fairly. Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Big Ben. Well, not even Big Ben sometimes doesn't really get the calls. Matt Ryan. Certain quarterbacks get certain calls.
Yeah.
Your star quarterbacks or your non-black quarterbacks. I'll just come out and say it. They tend to get the benefit of the flag. They get helped out of bad plays. It could be a pick, but oh shoot, you got hit a second late, and that's what caused the pick.
Yeah.
Oh, he hit you around your neck. Okay, now you're getting a first down and a big play out of really what should have been a negative play. The defense did everything they were intending to do, and it's especially to your point, Quan. It is a little disappointing that's how that game. Like, I mean, the Packers almost messed around and lost last week versus the Bears on Clay Matthews making a mistake.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks. Clay Matthews got
and
to
it's
watch
just
this
hard
out.
because I mean, if you guys saw that play, I can't really see anything that would warrant that not being a clean play.
I'm watching it.
And I think that's something that's kind of frustrating for me and for football fans. Like, what do you do? Like, and to your point, it's going to be called different, but also refs are going to call it different.
Yeah.
Different refs are going to call games different, because I don't know.
When you look at this replay, sometimes I think like you watch something in slow motion and it makes it look 100 times worse than what actually happened.
Yeah.
And this is almost the opposite of that, in my opinion.
Even slowed
when
down.
I'm
and
watching
doesn't look
this
bad.
in slow motion, it just verifies that like this is exactly the kind of tackle you want to see in the NFL. When number one, the tackle was perfect. There was no helmet to helmet. He put his shoulder in his chest. He wrapped him up. He took him down. That's the least possible way for anybody to get hurt. Was it late? When you watch the replay, you see that Clay Matthews is lunging, meaning like it's an irreversible process at this point, meaning he is already on his left foot pushing off of the ground before the quarterback lets go of the ball. Like the ball is still behind the quarterback.
But if you see Kirk Cousins
when you see this.
did a jump throw. So he
did a
jumped
Tebow?
up. He jumped up in the air when he threw the ball. He was pretty much in the air before he got hit.
But even looking at this, there's zero way that Matthews could have avoided hitting him, other than to make a decision to, I'm not going to sack the quarterback. I'm just going to try to scare him.
Just run by him.
I'm going to just run by him and scare him. You know what I mean?
The simple fact that we have to even use that as a frame of thinking is sad. That's crazy.
Yeah, there was no way to avoid this. I think for a penalty to be called here, I think it's the wrong call. And if they're going to make calls like that, then all of a sudden you're in the realm of, look, if you hit the quarterback and he happens to throw the ball while you're hitting him, then it's a penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, because the rule is not if he lets go of the ball. You know what I mean?
Now I can't touch him.
Now you can't touch him, right? You're already in the air. I mean, what if a quarterback can look now and see, oh, this guy's about to hit me, and he just does a little shovel pass and gets hit, like, oh, it's not a fumble, that's a late hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, where do you draw the line with this?
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, it's getting to the point now. It's kind of getting ridiculous. And if we're going to review stuff, review this. Like, you know what I mean? These are the things like we need an official timeout for.
I wish that they could actually start reviewing penalties and non-penalties. I know they've spoken about that in the past. I mean, I know no one wants to see more, more TV timeouts and different things. Yeah. But if you can get certain things right, like for instance, there was a play yesterday in the Redskins game where the guy fumbled, but at the same time he also had a face mask. So they got it wrong on the field and they missed the face mask penalty. So they gave us the ball back, but it was like, man, but you just saw that face mask in the middle of this play. Like, so you gonna drop a flag? Because my man, you like, obviously we could see that he like his neck was like, I'm like,
they can
nothing.
go back and
they can't. I mean, the only thing
if they look at every single like.
Well, but look at it this way though, Todd. If you still kept the same amount of challenges, so if it was a reviewable play like this, like, you know, maybe there was a holding call or maybe it was a face mask on a third down that you missed, that if I throw a flag the same way I would for a fumble, now hey, I got a free set. I've first down and we continue our drive. I think that, you know, I like I said, because as a fan, you know, when it's like, man, that was a face mask, or man, that was pass interference,
right?
And they don't call it, and it's like, man, it's third down, now we got to punt,
right?
Like if you could throw a flag on that and be like, hey, look, go, you know. But I'm not saying give them more challenges, but you know, use what they already have, like, because most coaches don't use their challenges anyway. But if you could actually start to replay something that actually could impact the game, you know, that I feel like that would be fair,
right?
Yep. So that game ended in a tie, big divisional game, and that's, like I said, 2 ties in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's rare.
Do we like ties, and is there anything we could do to avoid ties? Can we just keep playing the game till someone scores?
I mean, that's what they do in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
injuries, the longer the game goes, the more but I think you know, I don't know, because I think when we had it, first person scores, overtime is over, then everyone was throwing their hands up like, well, you know, Peyton gets the ball, they're going to score. Like, you know what I mean? And so now we've got, well, if they kick a field goal, then it's your opportunity to go score. Like,
would you like to see it how college does overtime?
Well, again, like I said, injuries. Those college overtimes can go for another 20, 30 minutes. You know,
and they're very intense.
Yeah, they are.
Very intense.
Yeah, they are.
And I don't remember the kicker's name that missed 3 field goals in that game. But the last one was supposed to be an easy field goal, and you know, he missed 3.
It's not good.
And guess who doesn't have a job today?
That kicker.
Him. And the Browns kicker. And I mean, think
that extra point he missed, the Browns kicker.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 2 weeks. 2 weeks in a row. They could be 2-0 right now. The Browns.
They have.
I hate to say woulda, coulda, shoulda, because one play goes wrong every game. But I mean,
they definitely no. You're 100% right. If there's ever a team that you look at, you think this team should probably be 2-0. It's
well. Look, can we finally actually say that the Browns are decent?
I mean, I've been saying all year.
Well, I mean,
Dave was
still killing me. I mean, like, look, I'll put it to you like this: they've held 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league relatively in check, or really made Big Ben look horrible for 2 straight weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Drew Brees, they held him without a score to the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Like deep in the 4th quarter,
too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if people do that at home against Drew Brees, right?
At the home opener.
Yeah.
And if you want to chime in, hit us up 702-608-3259. Once again, that is 702-608-3259. We will be taking your calls all day. So let us know how you feel. And if you're watching on Facebook and you just want to chat in there, you can do that as well. A lot of games. So we'll go to the Cleveland game that they lost to New Orleans by 3 points.
No, it was by 1. Wasn't that game 2019? I thought that one was only a 1-point loss.
That was 21-18.
Oh.
Yeah, because if he would have made the field goal at the end, they would have tied it. Yeah.
Who's the somebody lost yesterday 2019. It was like at the very end I saw. Maybe I'm tripping. I could be tripping.
Oh, I think you're thinking 21-9.
Oakland. Those are Raiders Broncos.
Thank you.
He was thinking 21-9.
No, it was the Raiders Broncos.
He was thinking that the Colts.
Look, the Browns can be better, but they can still have bad luck.
Yeah. I think eventually they're gonna figure it out.
Oh yeah, I watched this game and I thought, like, maybe if they had a good kicker, they win. As silly as that sounds, that's the kind of what's happened with the Browns. Is anything that can go wrong will. This isn't the first time where their season was coming up and there was a little bit of hype like, well, the Browns did this, they got this, they got this. You know what? They should be pretty decent this year. And then they go,
be the Browns.
Yeah, they go be the Browns, right? I mean, part of it is it's definitely like, as a Browns fan, you had to watch this game and think, here we go again. I mean,
there's no Browns fans.
There are. They're
in hiding. Trust me.
They exist.
They're not anywhere around our vicinity.
Best believe if they get hot, you're gonna look up and there's gonna be a whole lot of people with Brown stuff on.
Right. But I think that them not having a kicker, they have a few issues. Obviously, they're not a perfect team. They're 100 times better than they were the last couple years.
Yes.
But they have a few things to work out. These games have been obviously a tie and a loss by 3 points. You're talking about close games against good quarterbacks, and literally they at least take this game into overtime again if their kicker makes the last kick. Mm-hmm. I mean, at one point they may have even,
No, they would have won. It was 18-18, and he missed the extra point that would have put him up 19-18.
Oh, wow.
Now, the final was... Oh, yeah, that's right. No, that's right. Yeah. But they would have...
21-9.
Yeah, they end up... The final score was 21-18, but it's because the Saints hit their field goal. But
and talking about the Browns with that, the Saints put up a lot of points last week.
Yeah, versus the Buccaneers.
And now this week only 21 against the Browns. What's that say for the Browns and what their defense is doing? Because they held the Steelers, I think it was 21 last week, right? Mm-hmm. Or 20. It was in the 20s.
It was in the 20s.
It was in the 20s in overtime.
Well, and remember, too, they were winning that game.
Yeah.
They were winning both of these games.
Yeah.
Look.
Steelers were actually up a lot last week.
Yeah, it was 21-21.
You're right.
And the Browns came back to tie the game basically against the Steelers.
They did come back.
But they were up. The Browns were up this game.
Yeah, no, they were up the whole game.
The whole game.
Like the whole game they were winning.
And so, I mean, hey.
So they're definitely a better team. You guys are right on that.
Yeah, 100%.
And speaking of the Browns, they let go of, and I think someone's volume might be on. They let go of. Oh, I think that's outside.
Oh, or there's people in the hallway.
Quiet.
Quiet on the set.
They let go of Josh Gordon, who's been up and down with the Browns his whole career. He's been suspended multiple times, and they cut him. We don't know the exact reason why he got cut, but he was on thin ice. So
not cut.
Traded. Yeah, they were going to cut him.
Yeah. Yes.
But he ends up getting traded to everyone's most hated team, the New England Patriots. What do you guys think, first of all, about this trade and where Josh Gordon is just in his career? Is this something that's going to revive him, or does he mess up one more time and he's just out of the NFL?
Well, coming from a perspective of like just watching Hard Knocks, I don't know if you guys watch it. They focus on Josh Gordon a lot. Where he's going to be back? When's he coming back? Is he going to be the same guy? Is he in shape? It literally showed meetings with the GM and the coaching staff talking about him, and you could just see, like, non-verbally, like, what some people's opinions were, I feel, of him. And, like, I just feel like he made his welcome.
Yeah.
And he's talented, but they gave him a lot of chances. And if you read that press release, they're like, we wish him well, but, like, we've done this long enough. It's like, it's probably better for him. He needed to change the scenery.
Yeah.
He's gotten some trouble off the field, right, with substance abuse,
Yeah.
and alcohol, and
a lot.
maybe he needs to get out of Cleveland. Who knows? There might be some bad influences there. they send him to the Patriots, who, strong coach, Tom Brady, probably a locker room that's kind of more no BS, I would say. Some people you can still get in trouble there.
But
anywhere,
I mean,
guess,
if
right?
you've dealt with alcohol abuse in the past, and you're going to be hanging out with Gronk,
Oh, that's good.
I mean,
that's a fair point.
There's a
It's
lot
fair.
of breweries in Boston.
I mean,
fair.
he's going to be taking Josh Gordon out. He might not be the best influence for somebody that's trying to not drink.
Yeah.
Spring break would be interesting for those guys.
Oh gosh.
No. Josh Gordon needs to stay away from all things related to drinking. I mean, my thing with this whole, and I posted about it earlier the second I heard about it. The biggest thing to me is, of course, the Patriots make this move. This is the quintessential Patriot move
For a 5th round pick.
For a
Conditional.
conditional 5th round pick. They don't have to get anything.
It's like no risk.
Yeah, there's literally no risk. This is a high leverage situation for them. Josh Gordon doesn't do anything. They can they can cut him and not have to give up that pick.
Yeah.
If they'll know by week 3, by the third week that he's on this team.
It's like when you sign up for Netflix for a 30-day free
Yeah,
trial.
I'm done.
Hey, if I don't like it, I'm going to watch everything I wanted to watch.
And then get off.
Didn't work for me.
I watched all of El Chapo. And I moved on.
Except what you do is you just sign up through a new email, and you get, if you got 12 emails, you got free Netflix for a year.
Wow.
That is trolling on an ultimate level. But but you know what I'm saying? Like, look, this is the best player that they've had, I feel, since Randy Moss.
Like
From
receiver?
from a skills. Well, I mean, look, Julian Edelman is great. Gronk is of course great as well. He's his own matchup issue and nightmare and Hall of Famer. But in terms of game-breaking ability, this guy led the league in receiving. He had 1,600 yards. Now, granted, that's been some years.
Yeah.
That's still 1,600 yards.
But the skill set is still there. As
Yeah.
far
I
as
think
the
it
skill,
is.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
he
it's-
scored
set
in
is
week 1.
concerned.
I mean,
yeah.
as far as we believe,
But they
you know
haven't
what I mean?
had a lot of breakout receivers
No,
anyways.
no,
a lot,
they've
a lot of
made-
these people that we know their name are people that we know their name because they're on the Patriots and
That's right.
because
Right.
they became
we
breakouts
see
because
them
of the
play
system and
Tom
because
Brady.
of Tom Brady.
and
Tom
we see him
Brady's
play
throwing the
3
ball.
playoff games where we're
Mhm.
always watching the
Yeah.
Patriots
Yeah.
play.
And that's what I was gonna say. Is when was the last time the Patriots had a really good wide receiver? And I mean, a really the wide receiver himself was really good.
Yeah.
Not just he ran the route, Brady hit him.
No, that's what he's saying.
Right in the
Randy
neck.
Moss.
Right.
That's
You know what I
Wes
mean?
Welker.
Yeah. So
Wes Welker.
I think for the Patriots, it's a great pickup. My only concern is still like with his inactivity and constantly. I mean, he gets the report here is he got hurt. He hurt his hamstring in a photo shoot or
Yeah.
doing some promotion. I don't know how you get injured in a photo shoot, but is this kid fragile? Like, is there something else going on? Granted, with the Browns, they've been dealing with him on and off for years, and it's at some point enough is enough. So I get that, but there is still some concern with, his lack of playing. Will he be able to still play
Yeah.
with his? You get injured in a photo shoot. What are you gonna do when you get tackled, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
Also, like not only like on the field, but like after watching Hard Knocks, I think the head coach said that like from last year's roster, I think 59% of the players were new.
Okay.
Like there's not much roster change
Yeah.
over. If they're trying to really change the culture there,
Yeah.
like getting Josh Gordon out of there, who's been like the old Browns,
Yeah,
I feel
no.
is
Yeah.
part of that. Like
That's true.
just cleaning house,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they got a 5th round pick for him. Who knows if it will work out? The Patriots probably got him on that trade. It's probably a stupid decision. Like they put
Well,
out a
and-
press release, they're gonna release him on Monday,
Yeah.
and then so they get a call.
That's
and
well. That
saying,
was
oh,
that
hey,
was that was
instead of
the reason
releasing
that-
him, trade him for a 5th rounder.
That
Okay.
was the reason
Like,
why that was the reason why they did it. They
Yeah.
were trying to. They basically were trying to start their own
Yeah,
fire sale,
they
really,
did.
Yeah.
and they got something out of it.
yeah. So
Yeah. And it's not costing them a lot of money. Even if they re-sign Josh Gordon next year, it's not going to cost them a lot. If Josh Gordon would have got cut and then picked up by somebody else, they would have had to pay him. He would have got a bigger contract.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
Josh Gordon, it's not really good for him as far as being traded. He would have rather got cut.
So does everybody win here except Josh Gordon, or does
No,
he
change
win?
his
He
team.
still
No, no,
wins.
Josh Gordon
he went
wins
to the
because he
Patriots.
is now getting the ball thrown to him from
by
Tom Brady.
yeah,
He got
good.
There we go.
1,600
All right.
yards in a year
I agree.
with Like I don't even
don't
remember
know.
who the quarterback
No,
was.
that was my
Yeah,
next point of look at how good he's been with me and you throwing him the ball basically in the Browns.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean he's gonna definitely win on that aspect, but it seems like the Browns win because they get rid of what is this may not be the best word, but kind of a cancer. You know, from the old Browns regime.
A headache.
You know, getting rid of him. A headache. Getting rid of him. In return, they also
now?
Their migraine.
he got rid of a migraine. They also picked up a 5th round pick for a guy that they were just going to release. So one extra pick, whatever. The Patriots get him for a 5th round pick that nobody cares about. They got a great receiver. And now he wins because Brady's throwing him the ball. Ooh, Brady wins too. Now Brady's got somebody to throw the ball
Brady
to.
has somebody to throw the ball to.
And if
wow.
you saw some highlights from that game, again, the Patriots game yesterday against the Jaguars, the Jaguars, like, I know they had a little, from the AFC Championship game last year, like a little revenge in mind, but like the Patriots didn't look great.
They worked him.
Yeah, they worked pretty hard.
That
Like having a
defense
big
was-
receiver on the outside is going to really help their offense.
Yeah, definitely.
Which
Anytime
none
you
of
could
us
bring,
like.
I mean,
but it's just
anytime you
true.
could bring in a receiver like that, you're getting better. Especially like we said, he's made average people look good.
Yeah.
So I mean, him and Randy Moss, when that happened, we were seeing records. You know what I'm saying? It was ridiculous. I want to move on to the Super Bowl champions. I hope your girl Desiree's watching on your Facebook Live.
No.
Because those Eagles got squashed yesterday by the Tampa Bay Bucks. A Bucks team that everyone thought they'd be 0-2 at this time of the season. They looked at the schedule.
Right, Fitzpatrick though.
They looked at we're getting there.
what Fitzmagic?
Yeah, of course we're getting there.
Oh, okay. I thought we were there.
2-0. Everybody thought they'd be 0-2. Looking at the Saints and then the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, who are making a quarterback change next week.
Now we're rushing Wentz back.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe a little too soon, but hey, if he's healthy, he's healthy. So let's talk about Ryan Fitzpatrick. Another ridiculous game. He has over 800 yards in 2 games. He has 8 touchdowns, I believe, in 2 games.
I have on my fantasy team.
Two interceptions.
Nice job.
In 2 games.
Do we want to talk about that boy Deshaun Jackson again? Since everyone was just like, oh, he's still fast, but first play of the game, Quan. Like,
are we jumping to that game already, or are we gonna finish?
Well, we're that is the same game. Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, Deshaun Jackson. Okay, go ahead.
What?
I thought you were talking about.
Let me have my rant, Quan. Don't be trying to cut off my
I thought you were talking
rant.
about a different Deshaun.
No. Don't be trying.
Yeah,
cut
you
off
talked
my
about
rant.
Deshaun on Thursday. Actually,
That's right.
Yeah.
And Dave was, no. Tyreek Hill.
Dave needs to call in.
Tyreek Hill is just so much faster. I literally look because I had bet. Remember, I had bet on that game. I had the Eagles as one of my locks, so I had alerts on my phone, and literally the Redskins game is not even kicked off yet. Like they're lining up and they're doing the normal, just talking about the game, whatever. And my phone buzzes and it's 75-yard touchdown to Deshaun Jackson, and I'm like, that was the first play of the game. They came out the locker room and threw to my man deep.
It just started.
I'm like, oh, okay.
He was in Fitz's ear, like,
my
old team, give me the ball.
Just throw it, and I'll run it.
Chuck
That's
it
fine.
up there.
Crazy.
So last year,
So he still got it, Josh. That's what you're trying to tell
Yeah,
us.
yeah. That's right.
They have some matchup.
Right.
They have some interesting pieces. The Bucks.
Mike
Now I
Evans.
guess it comes to the question: is Fitzpatrick playing so well, and Jameis
Not a
another
question.
game or two? Like, what's going to happen?
Listen, so they have
One more
Who do they have
game.
They
next
play the
week?
Patriots. Oh, sorry, they play
Steelers.
Steelers.
Okay. First of all, Steelers are in a mess, and we're going to talk about that
Yeah.
in a minute.
Yeah, they are.
Even if they lose to the Steelers, he has to have a horrible game against the Steelers to lose his starting job, because I already don't think they want. I think they want a reason to not have to play Jameis anymore.
Did you see that Jameis was sending text messages to his teammates?
No. Oh no.
He basically was trying to still be the leader of the team, and it's like,
Bro,
dog, I think we moved on.
We forgot about you.
I think we
So,
moved on.
It's like when you're texting your ex, and it's like,
What you doing? You up?
and they're out with some other guy. It's too late.
Wow.
They've moved on.
Oh my goodness.
last year in the season of 2017, Fitzpatrick threw for 1,100 yards, 1,103 yards. In 2 games, he's thrown for 819 yards this season. He's got 8 touchdowns. It's just one more than he had last year and only 1 interception.
And listen, he's been around the league for a long time. So we've seen him play really good. And then we've also seen him throw like 10 interceptions in one game. You know, so.
Did he really have 10?
No.
He was on the Jets.
I think he's had like 6, though.
He's had at least 5. I know he's had multiple games with 5.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, did he have 10?
No, not 10.
Jesus.
You can't. I think that's humanly impossible.
When he was on the Jets.
That like literally like just go get the Sandman, like sweep him out.
Did you see his post game interview?
Oh yeah, with the taco meat out.
Yeah, he had his taco meat out, some gold chains on, his glasses.
He been in Tallahassee too long.
Look, man, he's a champ now. He the new quarterback.
You don't know about
you
don't know about that John Stockton hair, that tuft of hair that like peeks over the top of your shirt. He's got that. He's got that tuft.
Yeah, that's that.
I don't know. I'm smooth.
That's that taco meat.
Wait a minute.
I
don't even know about your chesticle situation over there.
I don't got none of that.
Oh man, that's too funny.
But I feel like they keep rolling, and I think they beat the Steelers next week. The Steelers are a mess right now.
Yeah.
I'm definitely.
They're about to
taking
lose
them
their
over the
locker
Steelers.
room. Really. Did you see Antonio Brown's tweet about to trade me, like just talking
trade
smack.
me and see what happens.
Yeah, like
because they pretty much asked if he would be the same receiver.
Yeah.
If he didn't have Roethlisberger.
Oh.
And so that's why I think he was like, trade me if you don't think I'm that good.
Yeah, as a Steelers fan, you don't want your one of your best players holding out, another one saying trade me publicly, even if it's responding to some haters online. Like you don't want that. Like it's too early in the season. The locker room's divided. I feel like they're really close to losing The Steelers are really close. Big Ben looks like a little aged. Like there's some problems.
If they
I'm not even trying to hate. Like Steelers have issues right now.
If they go 0-3, do you think Tomlin now is starting to feel the heat of getting fired?
I hope.
Oh, that's horrible.
I do hope because I think he's kept his job being semi-mediocre sometimes. He has.
Man won a championship, man.
That's fine.
Well,
just because you win a championship doesn't mean you get a pass to be mediocre the rest of your career.
I'll put it to you this way. The Steelers have had 3 coaches in their history. Mike Tomlin is one of those 3.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to see him lose his job, but there needs to be heat on
just me saying that, they don't really.
Yeah, they're kind of old school.
Yeah, they don't really just, you had a bad year, we're firing you.
Steve, trivia, name 3 coaches for the Steelers.
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin.
Oh.
And Mike Tomlin.
Steve, Chuck Noll.
Chuck Noll.
Hall of Famer, won 4 Super Bowls.
I don't know
was there
names
for
I
like
could point
90 years.
If you showed like 10 pictures, I could point out the faces.
But you can't name the one.
Chin.
And
I
then
can't remember his name.
Yeah,
Cowher.
Cowher.
Yeah, Cowher.
The guy with
the chin. He had a big chin. Like I know who
Cowher,
the guy
Cowher
is.
chin.
Yeah.
Serious. He's serious about those.
But
spitting
I'll be
in
honest,
chin.
I think more than the coach, like you got to look at the players. Like, is Ben done? He's talked about almost retiring, and he looks old this year. He's looked old last year too for some games, and then he comes back.
Yeah, he shook it off. He shook whatever that sickness was off.
But with Bell not being there, is he going to get traded with Antonio Brown saying what he's saying? Which he was responding to someone on Twitter, so I don't think he was asking the team for a trade. He was just pretty much saying, trade me and see what happens.
But you know what happens on social? Everything gets blown out of proportion.
Of course.
Who wants to see that?
I feel horrible.
Like you shouldn't have replied. Like
look, I feel horrible for players and celebrities in general, just in the simple fact that you're in a lose-lose situation in those situations.
Okay.
Like if somebody's out there, like if I was literally like throwing daggers at Steve and Steve was someone and basically egging him.
Wow.
No, like you understand what I mean?
No, I guess.
Somebody Steve.
All right, fine. I'll flip it on Quan. If Quan was somebody and
Clearly.
I'm throwing daggers at Quan, and Quan basically is in a situation where like he's the only person in this situation that has anything to lose. If I give you the oxygen of responding, you can be like, "Oh, look, I got him riled. I got so and so to say something to me." But in doing so, now people are like, "Oh my goodness, did you see what Antonio Brown said?
Sometimes
did you see what Quan said?"
Sometimes you just need to put a laugh emoji and move on, though.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Well, and
You just gotta laugh off
no,
the critics.
but do you
It's
understand what I'm saying?
hard.
I
It's
just
hard.
feel horrible for the like person because they're not like us. Like even as much as they are in the same situation, they just aren't because like they have everything.
We have
to
20,000 people hitting them every day too
Yeah.
on their Twitter and stuff. And then if you do respond, because if we became somebody, how many of our tweets will they go back on or Facebook posts will they go back on and be like, oh, look what he said
it's bad.
2011.
they find these
my
people
stuff is
find
bad.
tweets from
Mine
like
too.
You're not getting confirmed
10
for the
years
Supreme
ago.
Court or anything, right?
yeah.
Okay.
But it's like
We're getting elected. Something.
Jay-Z said
I'm running for
if,
president.
if you shoot me, you're famous. If I shoot you, I'm brainless.
Mhm.
I mean, that's literally what it is. When you become famous or you're on a sports team or you become a famous actor or, I don't know, you got 50,000 followers, everything you say is analyzed and scrutinized.
And microscopes.
Yeah, just beyond any realm of logical thought, Like somebody could ask you, hey, do you like hot dogs? And you're like, nah, I don't really like hot dogs.
Oh my
And all of a
gosh.
sudden, like, yeah, you're just anti-meat.
He's anti hot dog.
Then one time you burned a dog alive and like they just take everything.
You hang out with Mike Vick.
Yeah.
They flipped hot dogs into Michael Vick. That's
Yeah,
just
so
wow.
how did this
people-
spin?
They just take everything and spin it these days to
Oh.
whatever they wanted to say. And it's all because like they love hot dogs and you don't, so it's yeah.
Yeah. There's actually a story I saw today. Women are saying iPhone is sexist for making the phone so big for their little hands. No lie.
They're retarded.
Hey man,
You know,
Oh,
you know what's funny
can't say
too?
retarded neither,
Yeah,
Steve.
you
This
know
is
what's
you did
2018.
too.
I didn't
They
say
are-
retarded.
And
You
this is-
did. You just did it again.
I have no
Say
data
you
to
can't
back.
say it.
Quan's up 2, Steve 1.
No, I'm saying what he can't say. Can't say retarded.
And I
So
can't,
so if I said the N word, you'd be like, oh, you can't say it. Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't do it. You'd walk away from that one. You would walk that one back.
Man, look,
Can't say that, Josh. Be like, all right, well, fair enough.
On air. Off air, different story.
Oh man, that's.
I don't have any data to back this up, but
That's never a good way to start a point.
observation, like the big iPhones, right?
Yeah.
I see mostly women carrying the big iPhones.
Yeah, they
so
like
to,
it.
to say they're complaining about the size, because it doesn't fit in my pocket, but it fits in their purse.
Size matters. That's what she said. Size matters. Todd knows.
Whoa.
oddly,
Wait.
It went off the rails. Go
Stick
ahead.
to sports.
Moving on.
Shut up and dribble.
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
oh, we need some AC in here. Where is the fan?
Where's your fan? Turn your fan
Fan's
off.
off.
I'm sorry. It's my job to turn on the fans, turn on the computer, turn on the.
This is wonderful.
I'll be the sound engineer. You guys, from now on, one of you guys' job is to be the fan engineer.
the fan engineer.
To turn the fans
That's
off.
a good intern job.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Look.
our interns last 2 weeks. That's why we call him the unnamed intern, because we'll never give any of our interns a
They
name.
don't need a name.
Yeah. Because we don't know if they're going to be here. I don't even know their name. Maybe that's why they don't show up. Like, they don't even call me by my name.
They just say unnamed.
They're just really rude over there.
Come here, guy.
Come
This is
here,
mean.
guy.
All right. Other games that happened. Buffalo's horrible. They lost 31-20. Shout out to Dave. That's why he didn't show up today. Hold on, guys. I want to get into some serious news real quick. That just
This is
Came to
breaking
me.
news right now.
breaking news came to me. We've been doing this show for like a year and a half. We're about halftime of our show today. And I'm announcing that I'm retiring from the show. This is
That's pretty good. Oh no, and he gets
Just
up and
walked off.
leaves.
He just
He
got up
doesn't
and
walk
left.
off. Well, look.
So-
Oh, nice, and I'm
The
sure
one of us-
I'm sure the mics picked that up
Do
too.
one of
That's
us need
good.
to go up there and like
No,
press
I
buttons?
think
Hey,
we're I think we're safe.
If
I
we
think we're
do,
good.
I don't even know what buttons to push,
I
but
think, hey,
we'll
look,
figure it out.
hey, he came back.
So
I just want you to know the show
I'm back just
continued.
for this segment.
The show continued. I just want you to know we were about to start breaking it down of whose responsibilities were what.
Push his mute.
Steve, all right, so you've got to get up there and figure out what button says that's what she said. That's the biggest thing that we need right now. After that, I think we can just figure it out.
All right.
So that actually happened though in the NFL yesterday. It's so funny.
Are you going to keep reporting it or?
Yeah, because you retired.
I know. So keep going.
Like, let me tell the story since he's not coming.
I know,
back.
but what I'm saying is you started telling the story and you stopped. So.
Yeah, all right. Vontae Davis, Bills cornerback,
who started a starter?
Yeah, he started the game yesterday, and at halftime, apparently, he was so frustrated at the team, the organization, and I guess the NFL in general.
Well, himself, he said.
He changed his clothes, put his street clothes on, and left the building.
And announced his retirement.
That he's retired. And apparently, I don't know who he announced it to, but the word just started traveling through the locker room that, yeah, he ain't coming back, he's gone. Because nobody could confirm if he actually said that or not. They're just like
he didn't quit. He didn't quit the team.
We've all worked jobs.
He didn't quit the team. He retired from the National Football League.
Yeah, it's a walk off.
Yeah, he said I retired.
Everyone's worked a job where like someone's quit like middle shift or like not shown up when they're supposed to. Like, but this happened in the NFL in the locker room.
You knew I was fired yesterday. You made me waste my gas.
F you. You're cool.
I'm out.
That seriously, that has
but
to
at
be
least
one
he
of
did it in style.
That has to be the craziest story I've ever heard.
I mean, I like that better than writing in the Players Tribute a long love story to my city and all my fans.
Wow,
he did write. He did write a nice little statement though.
He did. The saddest part of the whole story is that his older brother still plays on my Redskins. Like the older brother. I mean, he's talking about his body's failing him and everything else, and I'm like, you're not even the oldest in the league.
And there was some tweets that were pulled up from him from back in the day. You know, you pull up tweets when someone retires in the middle of a game, and there were so many tweets about not quitting and not giving up and all this.
Shoot.
You know, you only make it. You know, so many. I don't have all the tweets. I was going to pull them up, but we were late.
That's all right. Not quitting.
I got a handful of them right here.
You don't give up.
All right, Steve, go ahead.
It was all about him, like
in that mic.
Basically, like it was his tweets, and then people were basically just retweeting the things that he tweeted over the years.
So read his tweets.
Waking up with the saying, "My pops always told me, a winner never quit and a quitter never wins. Take that into a productive day and strive." So that was one. Never quit. Use each setback, each disappointment as a cue to push on ahead with more determination than ever before. Another one, the people who succeed in life are those who don't quit. And there was a response to that one that said, unless you play for the Bills.
So he needs to go. He should have went back in time when he was sitting there at halftime. He should have just went back in time. Looked at his own tweet.
Start deleting
Twitter. Looked at his own Twitter account, timeline, and just followed his own rules and just kept going.
Maybe I'm gonna just start scrubbing.
But you know what though? Like,
but he woke up in the morning knowing he was going to do this, right?
I
no,
think
he said in his
he made the decision.
At
halftime.
Yes.
But then he already had the pre-written press release. That's a part.
No. He wrote that after the fact. But what he said
because that came out later.
Basically that he realized in the game, like he was like he had prided himself on always being prepared, yada yada yada, and he knew he was getting older, but he never realized that it would have hit him like that, and so he was like, a play happened, and I was like, I'm done. And that was the end of it.
And I think
it's like when Forrest Gump stopped running.
He stopped running.
I'm tired. I don't want to run no more. What are we supposed to do? And he just like walks by everybody in the middle of the desert, like they're in the middle of New Mexico. Like
it totally makes sense now. He just pulled a Forrest Gump.
Hey, man.
But look, like
everyone's behind him with the sign, reading his tweets all blown up on big poster board. Never quit. And he just,
but when you play this game, and every player would tell you this, you are sacrificing your body, your health, basically for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And he said a little something in his statement about basically, I would rather walk away now while I'm still healthy than to limp away too late.
Yeah.
And I think this was him having that moment that we kind of wish certain players like Brett Favre or a few other people would have had, and just decided, you know what? I'm done.
I would never want anyone to have that moment at halftime.
Well, you don't want them to have it at halftime.
But you're not just quitting for yourself.
You're quitting on your team
You
right
signed
now.
up for a team. You had a contract. You signed up to be there for your team. And if your team's not doing good, you can't just quit on them because you're part of that not doing good. You know what I'm saying?
And here's my only, and I don't even think it's an argument because I do agree with you. But if a player is to quit, I would rather he quit and physically pack his bags and leave than to quit mentally but keep showing up when he's not there. And I think he had that moment of, you know what? I'm not here. Yeah. I'm done. And the best thing to do for my team is to leave.
Or therapy.
As terrible.
Or to get therapy and realize
everybody in the league
you're
needs,
on a team.
Everybody in the
you're
league
on
needs
a team
therapy.
and you need to fulfill, you need to finish.
Well, everybody on the team, though, is needing therapy right now. I mean, it's the NFL we talking about. Like, I mean, maybe that's even a part of it. Maybe, one too many hits to the head, man. Like, you never know which one is going to do it.
There's been instances of guys getting hurt not coming back in the game either. I mean, is that kind of the same thing?
Yeah. No, not at all. You got hurt you got hurt. Now, okay, so
getting hurt's different than just quitting on your team and retiring from the whole NFL at halftime.
My friend just literally just said, if you're a cornerback getting cooked, it's not a good look. Bow out graciously, like a track star pulling up with a fake hammy injury before they totally get embarrassed.
Exactly. That's true. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a good look, but I can't say that I've ever seen that before in the NFL.
And the fact that everyone knows this now, he's an NFL player, right? So it was.
He quit.
Let's say he wants to try to come back to the NFL next year.
Negative.
No one's going to sign him. Let's say he wants to get a job at the grocery store. Let's look at your resume. Oh, you played for the Bills for only 2 games? What happened? Did you get hurt? Oh, no, I quit at halftime. They're not going to hire you at the grocery store because you might quit in the middle of bagging a grocery.
No, he'll get hired at a grocery store.
You did the show a few minutes ago.
He can get a regular job.
He's bagging the groceries and just walks away.
It's a walk-off.
Excuse me, sir. You didn't finish bagging my groceries.
But you know what, though?
We talked about that last time.
There is... I could definitely sympathize with the person who walk away in the middle of bagging groceries.
I heard you.
Because I've had that job before. And trust me, there's been a few times where I almost hit somebody in the head with a bag of groceries.
Surprise.
So, I mean,
why are you hitting people in bags?
Because he's always violent.
Look, man, people be disrespecting you, man. They try to treat you like...
How they disrespect you? Just bag these groceries.
That's how I bag my own.
Bagger?
You disrespecting baggers right now. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's exactly my point.
Hey, man, look. Just bag my groceries. Let me get back to my car since you're not actually bringing them to my car no more like we used to have back in the day.
Steve is so violent.
Like... All you gotta do is bag them. So
the funny thing is, I was in Treasure Island the other night, and I went to the poker room and I was playing poker.
No, you weren't.
Okay,
that's what she said.
Is that the story?
Because Steve said they closed the poker room, but really they just told him that. Hey, no. Steve, we're actually closing the poker room, so you don't have to come today.
Yeah, right. They closed that room.
You had to come.
I was playing poker.
Were you really playing poker? You just said
at Treasure Island on Friday in the poker room that Steve used to work at.
He's messing with me.
That's not funny.
That's
not funny, man.
Steve's texting somebody right now like, hey,
that's not funny.
Hey, do you still work there?
Hey, what's going on?
I know everybody who used to work there.
Time out. Vontae Davis made $50 million over his career?
He ain't working on the grocery store.
He ain't working at no grocery store?
He's not working anywhere.
Man.
He's not working in the NFL.
Live your life, player.
When my friends are out here doing some good Google searches mid-show, thank you, Marquise. I appreciate that.
What's the next game, Quan?
The Knicks game?
The next game.
Oh, I thought you said the Knicks game. Well, and talking about the Knicks, the Giants and the Cowboys. Horrible game.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh, so bad.
Horrible game.
And
we're not even going to talk about Ezekiel Elliott and how he looked like a WNBA player.
Oh, no, that's what he does. That's what he wears. He's always been skirting the line.
Yeah, he showed up at the draft like that, and
yeah, with that
getting worse. Like now, but now he has like the pretty hair that's flowing.
Yeah. It's not a good look.
But he looks like a WNBA player.
Not that anything's wrong with that.
No, it's okay. It's 2018. Do whatever you want.
Good job, Steve.
Man,
the face you made, Steve, was great. That face Steve made was quite priceless. I just looked across. Steve was like, well, all right, I'll leave it alone.
I mean, look, if the rest of I'm sorry, man. Like, I am who I am, and I have to be me. It's unacceptable. You can't dress like that. You're a grown man. You're a grown man.
Stop shopping at Baby Gap and buy yourself a real shirt.
On, man. Where the rest of your shirt at?
What do you have the picture that we're talking about?
Yeah, it's.
I said
can we
it
show?
It's in
can we
it's in
show
the
the audience this?
Oh,
Somehow.
my
we don't have that. We don't have that kind of capabilities yet, Steve.
Just Quan quit. He didn't teach you how to do that yet.
No. I
quit
wasn't
too
taught. I
soon.
wasn't taught that. I wasn't taught that mode.
Listen, you could
Man.
just Google it, or if you were watching the game last night, you saw.
Hey, when we get to the point where like when we can just drag stuff over on the screen and people can watch, it's gonna be a good time.
I mean, I can.
I know, but you're doing too much. It's not fair. We need a named intern. We need to look. If me, you, and Todd need to go have a meeting at UNLV, you just let me know, and I'll make the time. That's all I'm
Dude
saying.
out here playing football in a halter top.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, so Giants lost. Todd, how do you feel about that? Lost to a division rival.
Yeah, I always hate losing to division rivals, especially the Cowboys. I look at it as we lost a road division game. Those
Yeah.
are tough.
But
The Cowboys defense was really good. I feel like the Cowboys out coached the Giants. We weren't ready for them. They did a lot of kind of tricky plays, kind of little gadget plays, and our defense was just one step behind at everything. I feel the offense we lost our starting center to injury, and I feel like the offensive line was always not one of our weak spots.
Yeah.
So
how's Eric Flowers?
Barkley looked good. He had I think 14 catches out of the backfield.
Wow.
Odell did a good job on him. So the new coaching staff, I just think the Giants need more time. It's
How does I know that Eric Flowers looked bad last week.
no, he did okay.
He did okay this week.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I hate on him sometimes.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
and I
alright.
wasn't he did okay.
Okay.
It's probably the best you can expect from him.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
All right.
All right, moving on. We're not going to talk about the Colts, are we? You want to talk about that?
We can talk about that game. I
Okay.
mean, I watched it.
Only
So-
9 points.
Well, I mean, look. The biggest thing to me was
We're talking about Colts, Redskins.
the Colts Redskins game. The biggest thing from the gate, because we won the toss and we elected to kick. And so the Colts literally went on a 8 or 9 play drive right out the chute. And the biggest issue that the Redskins had the entire day was we were basically we were allowing them to be in short down and distance third downs the entire game. All game it was 3rd and 2.
Yeah.
3rd and 3. And it wasn't until we started getting them in some 3rd and 8s that we started actually getting our defense off the field. But our defense was giving up a 8-yard first down run or 7-yard, you know what I mean? And it was constantly every single downs. That's what we were going through. And the complete opposite was happening on the other side of the ball. We couldn't run the ball, surprise from last week, and we ran all over the Cardinals. But I mean, Alex Smith didn't look bad. Alex Smith wasn't getting help. We would call the right play.
But he didn't have a touchdown at all yesterday.
Yeah, but that wasn't his fault. Wasn't his fault. He had a drop in the end zone. He had 2 drops in the end zone.
Yeah.
But he had numerous big play drops where it was 3rd and 7, and we're on the 50, and Josh Doxson over the middle. Drop ball. Paul Richardson goes up high in double coverage, but
Jordan Reed.
Jordan Reed, no, he didn't really have many the fumble at the end. But at that point you're still hoping and praying that the game breaks right, because even if we would have scored on that drive, we still had to either get the ball back, do a surprise onside or whatever just to score again. So when it happened it was but I was already kind of over it.
And even the Colts didn't look great. I mean, Luck had 2 interceptions with his 2 touchdowns.
Well, the first one was deflection.
Yeah.
The second one was him.
Yeah.
He threw basically Swearinger baited him, and it was he basically tried to put it into a window that was too tight, and Swearinger was able to come down. The other one, Swearinger just went and made a play. It was a 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. He dropped back. Mason Foster deflected it, and it was a weird deflection. His hand was here, and the ball went that way.
Yeah.
And so Swearinger dove and was able to get the interception. But I mean, Luck looked good. He, they weren't giving our defense any time to really get in and really pressure him. He didn't even really have to scramble much. I think he probably only broke containment maybe 2 or 3 times the whole game.
Yeah.
So it was a good game. I mean, it just just the Redskins. It was quintessential Redskin.
Well, and we talked about last week. After week 1 is overreaction. Everyone's overreacting. Washington beat the Cardinals, who look like a horrible team this year, they might be fighting Buffalo for the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
And so Washington looked and played really well against them, and then lose to the Colts at home. This is their first home game. Alex Smith's first home game in Washington, being a Redskin.
Crowd looked horrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
We had only 50,000 people there out of 80,000 seat stadium.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad for your opening game. That's really bad.
That's not good.
But yeah, so they're 1-1. So they need to have a bounce back next week.
Packers, highly unlikely.
And then moving on, some quick games. We talked about Miami beat the Jets, so everyone could kind of chill on the Sam Darnold.
They didn't just beat the Jets; they broke Sam Darnold's will, his will to live.
But everyone all week it was like, oh my gosh, Sam Darnold, Giants are going to regret not drafting a quarterback, blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, let's come back down to earth. Sam Darnold wasn't the only one who played good on Monday Night Football last week. That was a team win. So back down to earth. You know what I'm saying?
They had
Lost
a
to
team
Miami.
yesterday.
Miami is now leading the division.
But again, Jets, they lose to a division rival.
Yeah.
So I think the Jets are still.
And that was a home game for the Jets. And then we talked about that game. We talked about Atlanta beating Carolina.
You see that hit, that the most significant play I saw was that cheap shot against Cam Newton. Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
I saw that it caused a brawl, but I never actually watched it.
Oh,
I saw
it was
it.
bad.
The comment you made about
was
certain quarterbacks not getting.
Yeah.
I was going to say it then, but I thought we'd wait.
Okay.
Say it now.
But that was
that's
a really bad hit.
Yeah.
On him.
What? How? Like it was like
he was
ridiculously
sliding.
late?
Cam was sliding,
Uh-huh.
and he dived into him while he was sliding, and it was helmet to helmet.
It was like everything they tell you not to do.
But when you're already
Yeah.
sliding,
Yeah.
you're already sliding.
Yeah.
And that's also though, in full speed. I mean, the hit looks bad,
yeah.
but in full speed, it doesn't look as late as it does in slow motion.
Of course.
And that's one of those things that's just a part of the NFL where, look, a guy is kind of going to slide, but you still have to tackle him in case he doesn't. So you happen to dive at the same time he's sliding, but you can still kind of direct your body in a sense.
Now, did they get a call against them for that hit? Okay.
Yeah, the guy got ejected
they got a
from the
call.
game.
He got ejected.
So that's a good thing.
That was
at
everything.
least they got the call for it, because the problem with Cam Newton is he hasn't got a lot of these calls before. And so that's another thing that NFL is known for, is giving
we don't protect the black quarterbacks.
The white quarterbacks the calls. It's true though.
He's a runner. He was still a threat.
Right,
Like dog, I threw my hands up.
Cam has got beat up a lot.
He has.
A lot, and it's been unfair, to him. And then he gets beat up after the game on social media for what he wears.
Well, he brings it on himself. But
those are personal problems.
I feel like he's got hit so many times that he thinks that's
I'm
good
done.
fashion.
I'm done. I'm not even. The camera goes off of you.
But yeah, I think it was definitely a late hit. But it's one of those things where, like I said, you watch it in full time, and it was a bad hit as far as the helmet to helmet is concerned. But as far as it being really late, when you watch something at 190 frames per second,
everything looks bad.
Yeah, everything looks ridiculous.
What was that Chappelle show? It was like, no, watch that in slow motion.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But like Todd was saying, like that's something they're telling you what you can and can't do in the NFL now with quarterbacks. And you're leading with your helmet. You're diving on to the ground. Like he's going to the ground.
Right,
it's not like you were jumping up.
Right.
It's not like you jumped up and landed on him from up above. You went down on the ground.
Right.
With your helmet into
his
helmet.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, all of that part was bad, but the emphasis is like, oh, it was a late hit on Cam. And it's like, I don't know if it was that late. It wasn't that late, but it was the contact and everything else that was bad.
It was the head.
Yeah, like if there was 5 things to be judged, we keep talking about this one item that's late.
It was late because Cam looked like he was on a slip and slide by the time he got hit. So when the quarterback's already sliding, he's going down. You can tell when the quarterback's going down.
If you watch the slow-mo and you pause it right when Cam starts sliding, you'll see the defender is going into a diving motion. So the slide and the jump starts at the same time. And that's why I always kind of, when I watch these in slow motion so much, that's the thing I do to see, okay, how late was this?
When did he start his motion?
Right. When did he start diving versus when did, because they made it, when I was reading about it, they made it seem like Cam slid and he was laying there and then the guy came and
dude just pounced
piled
on
his,
him.
yeah. So, but when you watch, like I said, that's why I say when you watch it in real time, you'll see the slide and the jump to tackle Cam started around within like split seconds. Like, so he was going to dive whether Cam slid or not, basically. Yeah. Now, once that starts, you can see that he definitely was diving low. So either he was going to take Cam's knees out or is going to be a helmet to helmet. Everything he did from that point on, I think that the penalty was right. I think that all that happened. But sometimes just watching some of these things in slow motion, it makes it worse than it is. And that's what I was saying earlier about the Clay Matthews tackle. When you watch it in slow motion as a ref, you can verify and say, oh, yeah, see, he threw the ball and then he got hit this and this later. But when you watch that in slow motion, for me, I'm like, no, he hit him. That was a perfect tackle, you know? So sometimes just we get skewed by seeing something 15 times in slow motion.
And somebody saying that it's bad.
And then someone's, and right, and then saying that it's so bad. But like I said, like I agree with the penalty and everything that happened. But at some point, you have to realize in real time, these guys are running. I mean, these guys run like 4.3, 4.4, 40-yard dash.
40 miles.
40-yard dash.
That's flat.
These guys are moving.
Ridiculous. I don't even know what to say how fast that is.
These guys are moving really fast. And you're talking about split seconds between, oh, I got to tackle, I got to do this. And sometimes these things are just instinctive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As far as like them tackling or whatever. But in the end, you got to control yourself enough to not have your helmet bash his helmet. Because
you just argued with yourself and then won your own argument.
That's what I do, baby.
Called me baby on there. All right. Moving on to the next game. San Francisco, Jimmy G looked good. They beat the Detroit Lions. Yeah.
Y'all beat the Lions?
Detroit's off to a pretty bad start.
The Lions were winning for a while, weren't they?
Nope. They might have been up a little bit, but no.
Sounds like a mistake to me.
The new coach of Detroit's got
Patricia.
New England's old coordinator.
Patricia.
Yeah, he's horrible. He might be good. We'll see.
Like I said, they're in transition. Got to give these new coaches a little bit of time.
They have
like
none of that time that you're requesting. You better figure it out by week 3, or I'm gonna take your team away. Oh my goodness!
And Garoppolo had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions this week. So he had 3 last week, so that was good. Stafford 3 touchdowns. 347 yards, so he's, he did a lot better than he did.
He's on my fantasy
last Monday.
team also.
So yeah, that was a happy win for me. LA Rams 34-0 against the Cardinals.
The Rams taking care of their business early.
Now do the Cardinals just go ahead and make their quarterback change now that should be made?
No. At this point, I'd ride it out and really, because look, if you insert the quarterback and he is who you think he is and you start winning, I'd say punt the season. Yeah. Punt the season, get a great pick and pick someone else. Like just keep, what I mean? Like there is something to be said about that, because are you better than the Rams? No. Are you better than the Seahawks? No. You're definitely not better than the Niners. So if you're not better than anybody,
they're the worst team they're probably the worst team in the league, let alone their division.
But you know what I'm saying? Like if you have no hope for the division or really no hope for the playoffs, punt the season. Yeah. If Sam Bradford, look, Sam Bradford, I don't think they're paying him a lot. He's got Twizzlers for ACLs nibs for ACLs. As we've mentioned here, in the past, I'd punt the season.
Yeah. All right, and then Denver and Oakland, we mentioned this. Oakland was up pretty much the whole game. I think the whole game pretty much.
Oakland Raiders of Las Vegas.
Oakland Raiders of Las Vegas, which we want them to be better by the time they get here. So suffer now. You got this year, next season to be bad and work all the kinks out and, be good after that, because we don't want this garbage team that's playing right now to come to Vegas.
Like, again, another team on their new coaching. I think John Gruden's got a little ring rust or something.
Not ring rust.
His game,
that's good stuff.
Game management. The last few minutes of the game, they had to punt, and they gave Denver too much time, and they had a 40-50 yard drive and kicked a long field goal to win it. Like, all they needed was a first down.
Yeah.
They could have kneeled 3 times. They couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I've been in those situations as a
game-winning
Redskins
it's
field
fan.
goal.
frustrating, but I feel like it's just one of those things.
If only Tony Dungy could have built the Raiders and then quit and then let Gruden take over.
And you know who the holder was for
never
that who the holder was for that winning field goal, right?
Marquette King.
Formerly of the Raiders that John Gruden got rid of.
Did you see that he posted a Chucky doll with like all this money stuffed out of it?
No.
You didn't see that?
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah. He was like trolling him after the loss.
I would too.
Wow.
Because some of the things he's complaining about are things that they had. And that's my problem with the Raiders right now and with Gruden. I'm not saying he's not going to be good as a Raiders coach. I'm just saying right now,
I think that's
at
what
the
you're
start,
saying.
when you're trying to clean house, you're complaining about the pass rush 2 weeks in a row. And who'd you get rid of? One of the best in the league? So the things you're complaining about as a coach are the things you got rid of. And
We can't punt. Well, you gave up a all-pro punter.
can't punt at all. Not doing good.
Like randomly, like
You,
you gave up probably like the most exciting punter in the league.
Oh my
like you
gosh.
actually had a punter that people knew his name and cared
people
about.
knew his name.
Like for real. Like
How many punters do you know that not on your team?
Yeah.
And you know their name.
Exactly.
He was somebody.
He was a somebody, and then
Yeah.
he
He
went to
wasn't
the
like Steve or
Broncos.
me. He was
Yeah.
somebody.
He was
Yeah.
somebody.
He was not. He was neither of those things.
But, that's a bad loss for the Raiders. They're 0-2 right now. But the fact that they were up most of the game does show you that they're still a decent team. And if they do the right things and maybe, make some adjustments, they could be okay. But losing a division game, there was a lot of division games this week, actually. But losing a division game like that, that's not one you want to lose. Because that's a game that definitely comes back to haunt you at the end of the season when you're trying to make a playoff push.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not really looking too good for me. I'm less optimistic. It doesn't seem like the Raiders have a ton of problems, but to me, all of their problems literally to me come back to the coach. He may be too old school for this new league.
Yeah.
And to give, you want to give him credit. Both games to an extent were fairly close. If the Rams last week didn't have that interception at the end of the game,
It still
the
would've been
final
close.
score looks closer than
Yeah.
what the final score actually was.
Yeah.
This game, they are winning until the final drive. But this is what happens when I think Quan just hit on it. You give up one of the best defensive players in the league right now for petty reasons,
Yeah, that's the other thing is too. Watching that last drive, even though the Raiders had to punt it to Denver, before they got field goal range, you think Khalil Mack would have put a little pressure on one of those plays to
Maybe.
keep it out of field goal range. That's all he had to do.
Yeah.
Right. And
And
then,
then they don't kick the field goal and you win. Like, he's capable of doing that.
these are the little things that, to me, you can't blame anybody but the coach in these situations because he was the one who made those final decisions as far as who are the people that are going to play on this team,
Sorry,
So,
I told you I
yeah,
had the itis.
Nah, it's all good. Yeah.
I'm wearing down.
Josh is falling asleep. All right, next game, this is going to be the final game we talk about because I think we talked about all the other games. And we talked about it in a little bit. Pittsburgh Steelers lost at home 37-42 to the Kansas City Chiefs, who look like one of the best teams in the NFL after 2 weeks. Mahomes, 326 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Crazy.
So this dude, after 2 weeks, I'm not sure his
10
2 weeks.
touchdowns.
10
10
touchdowns.
The
touchdowns.
most ever to start your career
Crazy.
for a quarterback.
Crazy. So
Like,
is
more than anyone who's ever
Anybody.
played. Like, you're
so
up there.
he could be the real deal. And Roethlisberger had a big game, 452 yards, 3 touchdowns. But here's the problem with this: 39 for 60.
Sorry.
39 for 60. He threw 60 times. They need a Le'Veon Bell on their team right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The analysis from Josh. Yeah.
Well,
No,
they had,
it's the truth. Look, that's the truth.
Josh needs sleep.
Le'Veon Bell gets how many touches a game, either running or catching?
A lot.
Well, zero now.
Well, I mean 0 right now, but I mean
He quit.
he usually gets about 25,
Yeah.
25 to 30 touches a game. That's a lot off of Big Ben's shoulders. If
Yep.
you know that that's the kind of production you're getting every game off of one player.
Listen, if you have to throw 60 times, you're not going to win many games. You just won't.
So look at this. There were 13 rushing attempts by the Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger had 2 of them, and 3 different players had a rushing attempt. The player with the most
Connor.
yards, Connor,
Who
8
everybody was chirping out last week because he had a good week. And we
8
don't need Le'Veon.
8 carries for 17 yards.
But part of that was just the game situation. They were down 21-0 in the first quarter, so like they didn't establish. They didn't ever have a chance to establish a run game. They were playing. That's why Big Ben had so many yards. Like they were playing from behind the whole time. So like then they were kind of in a shootout situation a little bit. So like they didn't have a chance to run because they got down so early, so fast. So I think that was just
and what do you guys think about the Chiefs, man? They look really good right now.
I mean, I like their offense.
And
They give
Mahomes,
up a lot of points.
There were some people complaining about, Alex Smith getting ousted, and Chiefs fans. There was a lot of Chiefs fans that weren't for this move.
Who's their coach, Quan?
But they look great right now. Andy Reid.
Andy Reid is still at this point in the league. How many coaches outside of Andy Reid and Belichick? How many coaches have been coaching for more than 10 years as far as like head coaching, not just as a coordinator? There's really not that many.
Tomlin.
Sean Payton.
That's about it.
Also,
Payton.
Also, you're looking at Andy Reid, who is a quarterback coach
Sean Payton missed a year though.
Who makes quarterbacks better.
Bountygate.
You don't remember that?
You're right.
Yeah.
Fair.
So he's only on a 3-year streak right now, I think. 4 years.
It's longer than that.
I think putting Patrick Mahomes with Andy Reid is, and I don't want to make one of these wild and crazy predictions, but I don't think this is a fluke with Patrick Mahomes, especially being with Andy Reid. Meaning, I don't think like he's just going to have a few good games. I think in the future we're going to be talking about this guy for a while if they stick together.
He's legit.
He's
legit even if he's not with Andy Reid. I don't think his coaching is necessarily. I mean, that's great for him. But
he's the prototypical Andy Reid quarterback.
But this dude has some bad skills though. I mean, he's a quick quarterback.
23 for 28.
He does, but he's everything that Andy Reid looks for in a quarterback. He has a huge arm.
Yeah.
He can move, but doesn't have to be like Michael Vick was like Andy Reid on steroids, essentially. Like Michael Vick has the arm, but he's still Michael Vick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that was an embarrassment of riches, and that wasn't fair. Luckily Michael Vick got hurt, because trust me, as a Redskin fan, I can even probably speak for Todd too. That year that the Eagles looked like they were going to do something with Vick, that was very scary.
Is that the dream team?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that team was very, very scary. And then Michael Vick hurts his hamstring and que sera, sera. But, Andy Reid, what he's always craved is a big arm and the ability to move and can run his bootlegs and his different things, moving the pocket. Patrick Mahomes can do all that.
Yeah, I mean, I like the play calling. They're really aggressive. There's some really fast receivers. Like they're they're just running past people. Like
they are.
Yeah, Kansas City's like scary matchup
he threw
for a lot of teams.
6
touchdowns. But I don't know if their defense is good because they're giving up a lot of points too.
Yeah.
So
he threw 6 touchdowns to 5 different people. I mean, it's like anybody
Whoa,
can get
really?
it. Yeah.
But I mean, Tyreek Hill had like 3 the first week, right?
He only had 1 yesterday.
Yeah, if you could spread the field like that, though, that's dangerous. But I mean, Todd's right when he talked about their defense. They gave up a lot of points, so you need to, But when your offense is that good, you can afford to,
get complacent.
Do that too, exactly.
We'll score.
But which I think is also you have to look at. This is Big Ben we're talking about too, who they gave up 37 points to.
But who did they lose to last week?
Who?
The Chiefs. I mean, excuse me, who they beat?
They beat
last week?
They beat the Chargers 38-28.
Yeah, well, that's the Chargers.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They
haven't played
shootouts.
They haven't played an elite team yet either.
Yeah,
because right now the Steelers aren't elite.
Not right now.
Yeah. And Chargers
maybe
are
not
the
this year.
Chargers.
Yeah, and the
exactly.
Chargers are always just.
And real quick, when the Vikings cut their kicker,
Yeah.
they signed Dan Bailey,
They signed Dan
which
Bailey.
is a big pickup because there was a lot of teams that have been after Dan Bailey. So yeah, all right, moving on. Monday night's game, the Bears are up 7-0 right now against Seattle. Bears got 2 night games in a row.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, that's a little weird. But Monday Night Football, they're up 7-0. Going to start the second quarter right now. Who you guys, real quick, got in this game?
Bears. Seattle ain't got
Yeah,
nothing.
Chicago at home.
Yeah.
Seattle.
I got Chicago at home as well because I don't think Seattle's going to be very good this year. And I
We'll
think
see.
Wilson might get
Niners
hurt.
fans will never pick Seattle.
Never. And I think Wilson might get hurt. Khalil Mack might take him out.
Jeez, just wishing injuries.
I didn't wish it. I said I think.
Wishing injuries. Quan.
Hashtag Quanstradamus.
I don't wish it to happen, but I think it's going to happen.
Hashtag I'm wishing this man goes down because he's married to Sierra and that's my boo.
No,
That's
she's
how
not
you
my
feel?
boo at all.
Wow. Not his boo at all.
Oh, Quad.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, moving on to we got like 10 minutes left in the show. So moving on to boxing. The big fight this weekend out here in Las Vegas during Mexican Independence Day. Hard to be a Lyft driver.
The real one,
The real one, not Cinco de Mayo.
not Cinco de Mayo. The Battle of
Most
Battle
people
of
don't know
Puebla.
that.
Explain Mexican Independence Day.
Well, no.
for
So
the people that don't know about
this weekend. So the Independence Day in September is actually their independence from Spain. That's it's like our 4th of July. That's a real one. Whereas
it.
Cinco
It's like
de
our
Mayo,
Independence Day.
yeah, Cinco de Mayo is basically it's a celebration of this battle that they didn't expect to win. Like they were far. It was basically like their Alamo, but it gives people a reason to drink in May versus September when it's cold in some cities and states. So it's a little bit easier to get a little bit amped up. That's the reason why Black History Month's in February. They didn't want to give us any good month. There would be cookouts for, they won't stop.
Last thing we need is another reason for them to start barbecuing.
They don't understand anyways.
If we got listen,
They don't
Really,
understand.
people complain that it's
oh my
February?
goodness, if Black History Month was in June, it would be curtains like countrywide.
Really?
Yeah,
His whole country smell like
they gave us
ribs.
they gave us the
It's like a
coldest.
thing though that
they
Can't
gave
you
us
just barbecue anyways?
Not in February,
No,
unless
in
you're in
June.
Miami.
it's also the shortest
June.
month of the year,
Oh,
February. Is that anything with
yeah,
anything?
oh yeah. We definitely talk about. We
You
got
guys
the,
talk
the-
about that?
Yeah, Black people.
I've
talk
never
about
heard that be brought
I've never
up.
heard about that.
Steve.
See, these are
We
cultural.
talk about it.
These
This
are
is
the
the thing.
cultural
I
boundaries.
I think it's because we're white. We don't understand. Todd.
This is what
No,
I said.
I'm
in the
trying to
pre-show
understand.
show. It's things they don't understand.
This is the pre-show
People
show.
don't talk about this.
We've never heard that.
Yes.
We've never heard that
Yes.
complaint before.
Look, we don't talk about it like usually
So-
in September, but in
so you think the-
February,
you
it's
think
like
I
a running
want-
joke.
The fact that it's over both your guys' heads means you guys don't understand
So-
because we hear that all the time. That's all we hear in February.
But okay, let me get this straight. So I'm
They,
not
they
sure
don't get your
when
sarcasm,
Black
Todd. You're too
History-
nice.
I don't know when Black History Month became
Black
a month.
History?
A month.
Okay,
was
whatever
in the- it
year.
was in the
but you
80s.
think
In
the
February.
reason why
It
is
comes up in
because
February.
It's February, so they don't want people barbecuing
Oh,
outside.
well, no.
That's the main
Look,
reason.
They look.
You
they
don't
did
understand,
not.
Todd.
They did
You
not
don't
want. They
understand
did
them.
not want us to get excited about our month. They did not want. They did not want. Look, like because never mind. I'm not
Say
even.
it,
That's
say
gonna go.
it,
No, it's gonna
say
go
it.
off the rails.
No,
that's
say it.
that's,
Say it.
that's
That is
gonna go
Valentine's
too far to
Day
the
that
left.
month
Say
too.
it.
Bro.
Yeah, exactly. We
It's
we
love.
got we got the love month.
The love
Sure,
month.
but it's also it's also the cuffing season month. You don't know about cuffing season.
I don't know what that means.
All right, I'll leave that alone.
Yeah,
that's
never-
a
yeah.
conversation for a different day.
That's one of those white people that don't
This,
understand.
That is untrue.
we supposed to be talking about boxing.
White girls know what's up. Don't play.
Blackson?
Boxing.
Oh.
Boxing.
Blackson.
Yeah, Blackson.
Oh my goodness.
That's when two black people fight. Blackson.
Todd, have you seen Black Klansman yet?
No,
Very good.
I
Watch
did
it.
I've
see
seen
the
most
Nun.
Spike Lee movies, but I haven't seen that.
No, this is very good.
Is
Yeah,
that
that's
one
really
Spike
good.
Lee?
Spike
Yeah.
Lee's back.
Oh crap! I guess
Spike-
I have
Did
to
you watch it?
No,
Spike
I
Lee
didn't watch
and
it.
Spike Lee and Jordan Peele produced it. Pretty good.
Wow.
How
You haven't
not
watched
seen
Black
that?
Klansman
You haven't
yet,
seen
but
Black
you've seen
Panther
the Nun?
too. Remember how long it
Whoa,
took?
whoa!
But
That
you've
took like a week and a half.
Josh has seen The Nun and not Black Klansman. folks.
Dang.
Hey, look! You want to know what I didn't see? I didn't see the Happy Time Murderers either, and I wanted to see that. Yeah. No,
Yeah, that
no,
Is
sounds
that the one with the Muppet?
Yeah.
That
That's
looks
good stuff.
horrible.
No, it was good. It was
That's gonna be some
funny.
good stuff.
It was
I thought
funny.
you said you didn't see it.
I haven't, but the previews were absolutely hysterical.
He said, I haven't seen it. It was good. It was funny.
Well, I've heard from people.
Listen, his Josh's movie critic skills are at an all-time low.
Stop. The Nun was solid. It was solid for today's scary movies. Did you see The Nun?
I don't
Steve?
watch scary movies.
Josh has seen The Nun and not Black Klansman.
Well, I mean,
Can we make this go viral? If he was somebody, this would have went viral right now.
Maybe
apparently, a lot of people haven't seen Black Klansman because when I checked on how many times it was showing, it was only showing once at Sam's Town.
How long has
So,
it been out?
I don't know.
Been a few weeks.
Weeks, exactly.
Look,
So-
man, they ain't trying to.
Look it up. It's been over a month.
They ain't trying to let
1
black
month
people
and it's down.
shine in
It's
the movies.
1
baby.
month and it's down to one theater, Quan. Then obviously I wasn't the only person that didn't see Black Klansman.
Man.
Nice try though, Quan. It was a
Movies
good
don't
try.
last that long in the theater. I don't know where you've
Oh.
been, but
Well, hey, look, Black Panther just left.
Black Panther is on digital right
Hey,
now.
yeah, and it was still in the theaters when DVDs started popping out.
Stop it.
I'm just saying, some movies do last, others don't.
Wow.
Hey, Happy Time Murderers isn't lasting either. It's only showing it.
Neither is The Nun.
Nun. The Nun was the #1 movie in the country.
Well, that's horrible.
Yeah, I mean it's a sad country.
Slow season. It's September.
Yeah. It was up against the Predator.
Oh gosh. Seriously, if any of my friends see the Predator, delete me now. Unfriend me now.
We went and saw it the other day.
Dang. So
Who's we?
Steve's not coming back, huh? That's how you're feeling.
He's-
Steve, you've been unfriended.
Wow.
Steve, you've been unfriended.
Wow.
All right, Canelo versus Triple G, real quick. I didn't see the fight. I wanted to watch the replay on the illegal stream that Josh gave everybody,
I did.
but I didn't see the fight. I'm getting mixed reactions. A lot of people say Canelo won. A lot of people say Triple G won. My thing is, I told people before the fight, Triple G, I thought he was going to go for it. He needed to go for it. You don't want another decision if you think you got robbed last time. You need to knock this dude out, and he didn't do it. So I really don't
Feel bad.
I don't feel bad at all. You knew what you had to do. You didn't want another controversy. It's definitely set up for a third fight. But what do you guys think, man? You guys actually watched the fight. So what's your take on it?
Do you want me to go as the legal streamer? Look, Triple G, I felt like it was still a very close fight. I feel like this fight was much closer than the first fight. The first fight was legit robbery. Like it was Triple G
Yeah.
won that fight. Canelo literally did run, and Triple G was the person that led the fight. This fight, Canelo actually was the person leading the fight. He wasn't running. He was bringing a lot of the fight to Triple G. And as I said, in our group, like Triple G didn't look good on his feet from about, I'd say, the 7th round on.
Yeah.
Like the 7th round, like his legs looked wobbled. He was still, no, don't get me wrong, he was still letting his hands go. He was still connecting, but he just whenever he would move, he was moving very lethargic. He just didn't look good in the ring. I felt like this one was a draw. And literally like when it went to the cards, I was mad at myself for not putting $20 on the draw, just
Yeah.
because the draw was like plus 1,500, and I was like, dang,
Oh, wow.
I was like, that ain't gonna happen. And then like when it
Yeah.
got to the cards, I was like, man, this thing's another draw. And then it was like
Yeah.
the first judge, 114. I was like, no, it's another draw. I'm gonna lose it. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought it was a great fight. It was super close. I think when we were talking in the chat during the fight, I think I had it. I think I had Triple G by a round or two, maybe. But so many of those rounds, I didn't watch it a second time. I know a lot of people did. I think so many of those rounds was just probably really so close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like they could have go one way or the other depending on it. And depending, like I mentioned on the stream, I have friends that went to it live that bet on Triple G, and they thought Canelo won, but they also said that it was a very pro Canelo crowd. So like everything he did,
it was
like,
you swayed,
yeah.
you get swayed.
It was loud. But I also feel like when we were watching the stream, the legal stream, I watch legal streams. It was the British stream. They were very Triple G.
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
he won this fight, and then it was
They
like,
called him the Mexican. Do you remember that?
Oh
Yeah,
gosh, they
yeah.
kept calling. That was like getting on my nerves. They were like the Mexican. I was like, he's got a name. They just kept calling him the Mexican. Like,
Racism's everywhere,
Wow.
just so you know.
yeah, they
Just have to have your eyes open.
You would have thought that Canelo's name was the
The
Mexican.
Mexican.
That's how they referred to him throughout the whole fight.
But-
No. Do you remember when I posted something about what's his name? Not Howard Letterman, the other old commentator.
David Letterman.
No, for the old commentator, the boxing commentator. that
Howard
was like,
Cosell.
Stop.
Howard.
Like the one that after
Jim
the
Lampley.
no, not Jim. The old guy that
I
used
know you're
to
talking about.
Larry
that-
Merchant.
Larry Merchant.
Yeah.
Larry Merchant. Like
Max Kellerman.
I
this-
got it.
Yeah.
4-3 after 3.
No, that's Letterman. That's Howard Letterman. No, Larry Merchant. So
He always jumps in
Cinco,
there.
Cinco de Mayo, like in my in my memories on Facebook. Basically, he was talking about Canelo, and he was like, "He's not a very Mexican-looking Mexican."
Wow.
And I was like, "Did no one else hear this?"
Wow.
Yes, like he said that on HBO, and I was weak. Like I thought that was
Mexican.
absolutely hilarious, but I was like, "That's so racist." Like I was like,
Wow.
"How is this man still in the air?" Like he
Wow.
said that and meant it. I was like, "That's horrible." Like
Hey.
what is a Mexican-looking Mexican? That's my real question to
Wow.
you, sir. Like I thought that was absolutely like
Hey,
it was sad.
They
but
heard
hilarious.
it, bro, but they don't understand. That's
Well,
all.
I also
Whoa.
was trying to watch it. I watched it with
Sorry.
Lorelai, and she's like, "Which guy's from Mexico?" Like she couldn't.
The Mexican.
Well,
The Mexican looking guy.
The one
he
that
does
start
look
the
like
one that doesn't speak English won't say throw the mic in his face.
The one that looks like what's his name? I forgot his name. NBA season. Blake Griffin.
Oh, he does look a little bit like
He
Blake.
does look like Blake.
He looks like Blake with straight hair.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's true. I can give
Yeah.
you that.
I had Triple G winning, but I don't think Triple G got robbed per
Yeah,
se. Like
yeah.
everybody was like,
It was
"Oh,
close. It was
he
legit
got robbed
close.
in this," but this is literally, and this is few and far between, but this was literally a legit fight where there were so many rounds that depending on how you score rounds or how you judge,
That
it could have went either way. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Canelo started off dominating the fight. But as it went on, Canelo got tired and Triple G started landing more shots. And I think what casual fans see, they don't see like ring generalship. They don't understand who's pressing and who's moving and who's, all the tactical things in boxing.
And a lot of casual fans are just saying what they're hearing in the room they're watching the fight in.
Right. And they look at just the big shots, like, oh, he cracked him right there. Oh, he
Yeah.
did that, So a lot of people like, a fight isn't won because, this guy landed the biggest shot, It's a lot of the small things and who controls the fight. The first half, for me, it was more Canelo. The second half, it was more Triple G. And it almost, I could see that, the score, I think one judge had it tied. The other two, it was basically one round difference.
one round.
Yeah, I think
And I
it
think-
was 2 rounds. It was 2 rounds for Triple G, right?
115, 113.
Yeah. So, it was literally like, if you judged one of those rounds that were close, which probably 5 or 6 of those rounds
We're
in
pretty
the
close.
fight were
yeah.
pretty close, and if you gave one of those rounds to Canelo instead of Triple G,
It's a
then
different
that's
fight.
who won. Yeah, and
It's a different fight.
if you switch it, then there you go. So it was very close. I had Triple G winning. I don't think he got robbed, but I do think he won. I understand his frustration and storming out of the ring after the fight. Soon as they made the announcement that, he lost, he just walked out the ring. He didn't stick around for an interview. I get it. You feel like you've been robbed twice now. But here's the thing, man. If you want to win, and Lennox Lewis figured this out too when he fought Holyfield the first time. Man, sometimes you just got to knock dude out, man. Like you ain't gonna win a decision.
And my thing was, if you know that this is a De La Hoya ran the fight.
Yeah.
He was the promoter.
Golden Boy
It was
promotion.
in Vegas. He needed to at least sit him down. Even if you don't win the fight,
Yeah.
that every card has it 10-8 one round. So one round is
Yeah.
essentially worth almost 2.
Yeah.
So if you get that knocked down, you like if it's a close fight, it's gonna be very, very hard. And everyone can be like, hey, so how are you scoring the rest of these rounds if you gave it to Canelo?
Yeah.
You know that Triple G
Right.
had at least a knockdown. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Right.
it changes the math. And so that was my whole feeling. Like I was like, he at least has to knock him down. Even if he doesn't knock him out, just knock him down.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
then you can just proceed as
that's-
normal.
That's one round you guguaranteed you won.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's none of that. even when Triple G opened up like the cut over his eye, I thought, if that starts bleeding, it might look a lot worse.
Cutman did a good job.
Yeah, he did do a good job.
that eye looked jacked up, but it did not bleed again.
but I think it just by there being a draw the first time and Canelo winning this time, I think it really sets up a third fight.
I hope.
But I think if
There's definitely gonna be a third fight.
I think if Triple G won this one, I don't know if there would be a third fight.
No, there definitely wouldn't be one if there wasn't. But look, Quan. But with
there's nothing else to sell in boxing right now. I guarantee there's gonna be a third fight.
Besides Floyd and Pac-Man.
Yeah, which that's gonna be horrible.
We're gonna talk about that.
I'd never want that to happen.
Look,
I don't either. Honestly,
anything that gets Floyd to somebody to finally catch him one time, but I just don't think it's gonna happen.
I think that literally the last end of Floyd's career, which is probably like the last 10 fights,
the end of Floyd's career has been the last 10 fights.
I really believe that he was selling tickets based
he's
on
just making money.
People paying to see him get knocked out.
Yeah, no, he only
and he's a defensive boxer, he's never getting knocked out.
What I've heard from boxing people is like, look, Floyd is never ever going to take a fight that he isn't going to win.
Of course.
Like that's only and like he'll be able to promote it to make you want the other person to win or think the other person has a chance, but it's like the other person doesn't have not one chance.
He's a businessman, especially now at his age. He's only gonna fight again for business reasons.
Well,
to make money, and you're right. He'll promote it in a way where.
Do you want me to give you the real?
Give me the real.
All right, I don't usually, but I don't really care for him, so I can give you the real on this one.
Here's the real from Joshua Williams.
So the real is.
He's broke.
He's not broke, but basically the way he spends like he's worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
And he isn't. And one of my boxing people, they were like, look, he needs one more fight to literally secure himself to be okay. Because if he doesn't, he's okay, but 65-year-old Floyd might be talking to 35 and 40-year-old Floyd.
I look at it a little bit as an MC Hammer type thing where you have a way too big posse.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know...
How many people are on his payroll? At least 100.
I know some people. I only know some people in real life that I know of.
Yeah.
That I don't know what their function is. You know what I'm saying?
What is your role, sir?
What is your role? I get paid. Hey. I
carry the belt.
I go on Instagram Live.
I do what he asks me to do. You know what I'm saying?
I do what needs to be done.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You're paying so many people and
for what? Like you're paying them to be around.
To have a posse.
Yeah, you're paying them to be around, which is like, oof.
Yeah. So that's part of the problem. But I mean, I told somebody that's why he's taking the fight. Like it's money. He wants more money. So we'll see. It probably will happen because people will have that hope of him losing, but at the same time, Pacquiao hasn't done much lately himself. He won his last fight, but he
won a belt.
Yeah, but to who? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was a he was a 28-year-old title holder.
Who in boxing are they selling these days?
In that realm. Yes.
And that's kind of where I'm at with boxing, and that's why I know there'll be a Canelo Triple G 3. And it'll be next year on Mexican Independence Day again.
We can only hope.
So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we're at with that. And coming up, we'll be talking about this in the next couple weeks with UFC. Conor McGregor is fighting again.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that. I'm more excited about that than any boxing match right now.
I just hope he wins.
You don't like Khabib?
No, I just love Conor.
Yeah, I love Conor, too.
Look, UFC's biggest issue is half their people, you can't pronounce their names. It's hard to promote someone I can't. That's why they came up with Triple G, because it was like, we can't say that. That's horrible. Give him a nickname. Yeah. Triple G works. We can sell that. That's packaged.
Where's that third G from, anyways?
It's Gennady and then something. It's another G.
Okay.
It's like Gennady Golovkin, like that.
Yeah. I forget. I mean, the dude's from Kazakhstan. Like, I don't know. Like,
he's from Kazakhstan.
Yeah, he from
I'm like,
from the real Kazakhstan.
How? What? That's the name of the city.
Isn't Borat from there?
Yeah,
no,
that's where Borat's
he was from. Wait, what?
Yeah,
it was Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Borat
from Kazakhstan.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Google it, Steve.
I'm dead.
We already know. We watched the movie.
If you Google famous people from Kazakhstan, it's not a lot. There's 2 entries actually in all of Google.
Borat
Triple
Golovkin.
G.
You expect Steve to spell Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. Yeah.
I hate you
I didn't even
so
have
much.
to. I didn't even have to. It's just it came up. You type in Borat, cultural learnings of America for make benefit glorious nation of Kazakhstan. That's
Fair.
what
How do you
Borat-
spell Kazakhstan?
KAZAKHSTAN.
He can't even spell it reading it.
That's a tough one.
Steve needs a
Bruh.
ghost reader.
It ain't
He needs
the
a ghost reader.
it ain't the country we visit a lot. You know, what I'm
Steve,
saying?
can you read the next paragraph? Yeah, hold
Yes,
on.
hold on
Ghost
one
reader,
second.
Come here.
Sean, I need you to say something.
Y'all
We got
stupid.
somebody else to read it.
That's the kind of money I need in my life. Somebody's like, read this. I just give it to my reader.
I don't read in public. I don't.
Floyd got a reader.
And a writer.
Ooh, yo, hey, I'm trying to tell you that Floyd meme that 50 Cent posted was hilarious.
Wow.
I still laugh at whenever I see that one.
Oh, that, yeah.
That one was good.
Hey, but you don't got to read good to make money. So
Not read good.
you ain't
Read
got to
well.
read good.
That's
Read well.
That's a.
He went to the school for kids who can't read good.
How can they learn to read if they can't fit inside the buildings?
Is your kid not reading good? Come to my school. Steve's school for reading good.
That's right.
If he doesn't learn to read, I'm gonna hit him in the head.
Yeah, Steve's school for good readers. And if you don't read good, we'll punch you in the face.
You got 3 shots, and
You got-
then I'm taking 3 shots.
Wow.
If the guy next to you reads gooder than you,
Hey, that's a pretty good
you're getting cut
slogan,
from
though.
the school.
I might have to tell
Gooder
my
than you.
kids.
What would your scholarship criteria be?
God!
I'll make you retire
Your
at halftime.
scholarship protocol is read good, spell good, look good, make money.
Look good, read good, spell good, be gooder.
Don't dress like Ezekiel Elliott.
Because he's a grown man. Be like a grown man. Don't wear a half shirt.
Oh,
From Baby Gap.
man.
Hey, these are all facts. I'm glad y'all
Can't
pointing them
even-
out. Like,
can't
I'm
even
not
be
even
mad
arguing
about
with y'all. Like, I stand by all these statements.
Steve has done really gooder on the show today.
Oh man. Good stuff.
All right, so that's it for sports today, I believe. Is there anything we're missing? We'll talk about baseball on Thursday.
That's fine. It's and you're right. It's the first week of October starts the playoffs, so there aren't at least from the Cup standpoint. There's no carryover.
And a big game, Dodgers and the Rockies play tonight.
That's a huge game.
Huge game because right now, as it stands, not stands like Eminem stands, Dodgers are half game back.
It's pretty good. It's
close.
in Colorado.
It is in Los Angeles,
Oh,
California,
okay. All right.
I believe. Where'd it go? I had it. Mets are winning, Todd. Not that it matters because they've been out of contention for 8.5
That's
weeks.
cold.
Too little, too late.
It's cold blooded.
But that's my beef with baseball. Like, if you have a favorite team, you could spend literally half the season knowing that they've already been eliminated.
No, but see, this point of the year, this is when
This is when it gets exciting
this is
too
where
for
you-
the fans that are still in it, though.
Well, but the ones that aren't, this is when you get your call ups. So this is when a lot of your players that are like, if you're on a bad team and you've been drafting,
There's some Tebow news today.
yep, you really.
Come on,
Really?
man. Ring of
I
Jesus
saw
fire,
saw you roll your eyes and then try to click on something and it didn't work for you. So
Oh, no,
I
I clicked-
kind of hesitated to see what you were coming with. So you gave me
No,
the
I
crickets.
had to click on a different group to open it up. The
Look,
cricket.
man.
Oh,
All right, what's your Tebow news, Todd? Breaking Tebow news by Todd.
He's still his leg still broke. Right?
Tebow Todd.
Yeah.
That's the breaking news.
No, you should look
Leg
it up.
breaking news.
Well,
Leg
51
breaking
The
news.
51s have a new affiliate. Or they're a new affiliate to somebody.
Okay.
Who?
See that? I believe the Oakland A's.
Oh, dope.
Oh, okay.
I wonder why.
Ooh.
The-
You said Oakland's moving here.
Oakland will be here.
That's just tragic.
The
If we
A's will
take-
be here,
If we
not
take
Oakland.
everybody but the Warriors, that's just wrong.
Well, San Francisco's taking the Warriors.
Gentrification, man.
Well,
They're kicking all the black people out of Oakland, sending them to Las Vegas.
We don't want these problems anymore.
yeah, Billy Bean's definitely not black.
Yeah. Billy Bean's
might-
definitely not a lot of things. Oh. I found out some things I did not know.
Okay, let us know, Josh.
No.
So it's going to be Oakland's new AAA team, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
New stadium.
That is cool because I hated it being. Was it the Mets?
It was the Mets.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I liked when it was the Dodgers for like a week.
Yeah, it didn't make sense being the Mets.
Padres was cool. It needed to be a West Coast. It needs to be a West Coast team.
It is now.
I mean, it
Like
needed
now,
to
Oakland
be,
and Oakland.
That's tight.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Listen, there's no secret that they're trying to get Oakland, the A's out here.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a secret. Google it.
Gentrification in Oakland.
Can't do it. They need a retractable
Oakland
roof
Stadium is garbage.
Oh no, their stadium is trash. But to move any professional team here, like they have to be in a dome or in a retractable roof.
I mean, they could play in the Raider Stadium. They'll just have to put misters up there.
Oh God, if they play in the Raiders Stadium, the Raiders literally be like, seriously, we like did all this work to
left
get
you
away
guys.
from you people.
We didn't want our field with the baseball
with
diamond
the baseball
anymore.
diamond anymore. Like for like
That'd be horrible. Yeah, I don't know what would happen with that. But anyways, any more Tebow news, Todd?
No.
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 But how did the Golden Knights sell out preseason games, Quan?
That was great. Okay, so some of their players, the new players said it felt like a playoff atmosphere. They were tripping out.
Oh yeah.
They were tripping out.
Yep. You want to know how? What you know? I want to know how much I care. I wore the jersey just to let you know.
You're a hater.
Hey.
Why are you a hater?
I'm not a hater. I won.
Vegas.
Not hating. I won.
Yeah. What have you done for me lately? Golden Knights won a game yesterday. You lost yesterday.
Oh God, we lost in a shootout versus the Bruins and had two sober players from my championship team that are playing right now.
Did they win or lose?
Hey, look.
What have you done for me lately?
Hey, you want to know what I've done? Changed the lives of millions in the DMV. That's what I've done. Lives have been changed.
Lives have been changed.
Wow.
Your 200,000 fans that you claim to have right now do not care that much. The Golden Knights just was like, you know what, we're moving to Florida. You guys would be like, no. All right, back to business. It will for real go back to normal in 6 months.
No.
I can assure you.
No.
Assure you.
No.
Promise.
Man, so you're calling all the fans fake?
Not fake. Just it's 40 years of suffering.
It's legit excitement.
No, but I mean, I'm not calling them fake. I'm just saying has it taken yet? I don't know. You got to see. You got to see through losing seasons.
We haven't been through the tough parts of the relationship yet.
You haven't been there. You're still in the lovey-dovey stage.
Doesn't mean my love isn't real.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that it isn't. I'm just saying that if all right, look, if you love somebody and they died quickly, like we just met, we loved each other, and she died, I'd be like, I'd be sad, but it's not like we like had 5 kids together. Like there was some real history, and now you died. It's like, oh, like my life partner's gone. Like we just knew each other for 3 weeks. Like,
but this
I'll be hurt, but I'm gonna date again. Like, you see what I'm saying?
But hey, we building that relationship.
We are building it.
Still building.
It's gonna be solid as a rock.
The scariest part, though,
solid.
Todd wants to talk.
I was gonna say if the Vegas Knights do start the season slow, I want to see how these fans are. You know, our fellow fans. Fans are.
I think they'll still be okay. I'm just saying, like, go through some like.
But I don't know.
The Capitals were considered the best team in the league for many years and would flame out in the first round of playoffs and then still sell out. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we've never lost in the first round of the playoffs.
I know.
Not even a game.
I know. I'm just telling you.
No,
so okay, sorry.
I know, no.
So okay.
Last year was our worst.
But here's the thing.
Put that on.
Here's the thing.
So okay, so you go from here. I'll put it to you this way: if you go from the Stanley Cup final in your first year, and then for 5 straight years, you guys are like one of the best teams in the league and can't get out of the first round, people will start to be a little bit discouraged. I can just tell you that from being a I can just tell you that from being a Capital fan.
As much as I want to agree with you, that theory does not work with the Dallas Cowboys because.
No, it does.
We're talking about the Cowboys.
Let's
get back to the Knights.
Let's get what I'm saying.
Let's get back to the Knights real quick because
teams can lose in the first round of the playoffs. Teams can lose in the first round of the playoffs, and their fan base will still be just as loyal and just as.
But that's also after years and after championships and after after Todd has had little Todds that now are this is our team, whereas. The Golden Knights.
But here's my point.
Wait. It's only still 1 year in.
That's still fine though. So why are you gonna throw water on the fire that people are excited
Just let
about?
Me hate. Just let me hate. Just let me hate.
After 1 year because the city's excited about something that has nothing to do with the other Vegas stuff that Vegas is known for.
Just let me hate.
It's excited about a sports team. I'm not gonna let you hate because I'm excited. Because I'm excited And
Anything
people are
that
trying
Quan doesn't hate, he won't let you hate. If he hates it, he'll let you come in on his hate.
You've been hating it for how long? You've been hating it for how long? So,
I didn't hate it till y'all kept trying to throw it in my face that I was supposed to be a fan.
No,
I'm like, dog, I got a fan. I got a team. I'm cool.
You were hating from the beginning of the year
I
last year.
was not hating.
I guarantee you.
I didn't care that much. I really didn't know you guys were any good until like about February.
But
that's when I started paying attention. Like, hey, they still doing all right.
I understand
All
people are excited, rightfully so. It was a great season and experience, and they have the expectations are a lot higher now, right? And I feel
we got some better players too.
We got some good, we got some good guys. We lost some guys.
It don't matter.
I feel like people are excited about this season, but I also feel like it's going to be a little different now.
Oh yeah.
Now they're Western Conference champions. There might be like a marked team, and like the novelty of going to Vegas and playing a game like these other NHL teams have done this already. I heard stories a lot of them were coming here, not taking it seriously. They were thinking it's like a weekend, like they partied a little bit, and that was our home field advantage.
That's not going to change after them doing that just 1 year.
But it might.
That's not going to just change.
There's going to be some NyQuil for that Vegas flu.
But that's what
I don't know about that.
That was the thing. Like I heard a lot about the Vegas flu stuff too last season, but
that was real though.
That makes sense. That would make sense, like maybe the first half of the season, but that still doesn't make sense going that deep into the playoffs and going all the way to playing for the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, no,
so
it doesn't.
I don't think. I mean, that may had a little bit of effect, maybe
Regular
starting
season.
off, but yeah, like toward the end of the regular season, the second half of the season, I don't think it mattered as much as people thinks it does. And I think that here's the thing: like I know people who bought season tickets just because we had a hockey team.
Yeah.
Like they bought seats. So people are excited about having a team. And I think win or lose, as you can see, like I said, I'm dead serious. I know plenty of Browns fans, and they haven't won anything in forever, right? So people will root for their team, and they'll stick with their team, win, lose, or draw. They're going to be fair weather fans. They're going to be those people like those in the Miami game who left when you're down with 5 seconds left. Like you're going to have those people. That comes with being
a fan,
just having a stadium and selling seats to people. Some people they don't care about the fight or the game, or they just want to be there.
Listen, I get all of that. All I'm saying is just it's still very fresh. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so let's enjoy it while it's fresh.
Yeah.
And let's enjoy the excitement.
And stop bombarding my timeline with all this great night stuff.
And
I don't care.
It was a
brother.
preseason game that sold out.
Oh yeah.
So
Quan had
that's
like
exciting.
I opened my
exciting.
Facebook up.
That's
and Quan
exciting
had
for a lot of
literally
people.
like 7 straight posts, and I was like, okay, Quan, I get it. You're at the game.
It's fine. I'm at the game. People post when they're at a game.
Oh my God. Don't come for Quan on anything.
Let me see Josh's shoes at a baseball game.
That's
Who
right.
gives a damn about your shoes at a baseball game?
I'm just showing you my view of the game.
That's
all it was.
That's
all it was.
That's great.
That's it.
So you post about a game. People are excited.
That's every
People
like
are excited
6
to go to
weeks.
a game.
Oh my goodness.
It's my second game I've been to. I can't be excited because Josh doesn't want me to be excited.
Tamper the excitement. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna be excited. It was a fun game. It was
Bring it
excitement in the building.
It's a preseason
Exactly,
game.
and it was fun. That's the whole point. It
Bring
was
it
fun. It was a
down a
preseason
notch.
game, and they sold out.
he got to take his mom.
Bring it down a notch. That's all I'm saying.
Took your mom to a hockey game?
Yeah,
Good job. You're a
that's
good
nice.
son. Bring
yeah.
it down.
She'd never
This is
been.
the
It was fun.
That's the part.
It was fun.
The part that makes me nervous about.
A Washington team finally wins something forever.
Hey, and I'm very excited.
And no one else can be excited about their sports teams.
I'm
because
very. That's right. I already told you. Don't come for me because I'll just be straight up just like, you know what? I need you to take a time out because my team won.
Wow.
Just keep it down over there. Keep it down. Because everybody in this room, Knight's gonna win. Knight's gonna win in 5. Knight's gonna win in 6.
That's fine. Your team won.
Maybe they'll win in 7.
It's a new season, and we're excited that
and
this is the second season.
I looked everybody
This
in
is
their
the second
face and was
season.
like,
the second season.
We're gonna win in
and we're
6 or
happy that they're
5.
back, and the
and
whole city was happy.
Everybody on the
and
show
the whole
was
city
like,
was happy, and we sold out a
there's
preseason game.
no way possible.
And it was fun.
No way
And we had
possible
fun
that
at the
you're going to
game.
beat the Knights.
And we had fun at the game.
You
But Josh
have-
is the type.
you have
if someone's
nothing.
successful, if someone's having fun,
You have nothing.
let me kill the hype if someone's having fun. Oh, you're doing good in life. Oh, who cares? Let me steal your joy. The joy thief. We got the joy thief over here. I got mutes. I got mute buttons. If I want to talk, I'm gonna talk.
You going to kill my mic?
If I want to talk, I'm gonna talk.
You going to kill my mic to say
What,
that
you
I'm
talking over
stealing
me?
joy?
Yeah, he's trying to steal
I'm
joy.
stealing joy?
Joy thief.
Boy,
Joy
you
thief.
better check. Look,
Joy
you
thief.
always get on Steve for all his angry posts. You better
Joy thief.
check your dag on Facebook.
Joy thief.
Your stuff goes left immediately.
No, my stuff's comedy.
Oh, yeah. All right. I got you.
Can I make my point we're trying to make?
It
for
is.
10 minutes.
Every one of
Go
my
ahead.
Facebook posts is a joke.
Go.
The thing that makes me nervous about Golden Knights, the fan base that I see, and there are a lot of friends, family, people I know in town on my Facebook. Okay, this is what makes me nervous. They are definitely excited, but before the Knights, I don't know if this is a good or bad thing. I think it's a bad thing though, sort of. None of those people were sports fans before this. I don't see them rooting.
I mean,
for
there's a lot of people that weren't
that.
even Knights fans before the playoffs.
Okay, which is fine. I don't think the bandwagon ever stopped or ended. You can still come on. It's only been a year.
Well,
but what I'm saying is
I'll come
they don't
back to
have
that.
they don't have teams. They never had teams. I don't
Yeah.
see them rooting for
Anybody.
baseball teams, football teams, their college team. There are people who go to concerts, and there are people who don't talk about sports, or they're really into music. They're not like sports people, and I feel like it's not a bandwagon. It's more like I'm jumping on this hometown thing, you know? And if it makes them a fan and they're excited, that's really cool. But I don't know if they've been through those ups and downs and parallels of the Browns hardly ever winning, going on a 40-year drought. Like, I don't know if they understand that.
What being a fan really
And
really
when they
entails.
lost the Stanley Cup, I wrote a little thing on Facebook about like being a fan.
Yeah.
And I don't know if a lot of those people understand
What that
it
actually
is,
means.
and that's why it scares me if they get off to a slow start. I think it's not gonna be good, because we've seen how, like, I hate UNLV. Okay, we all know that, right?
Sure.
when they're good, people are really excited, but they're not. Like, it's such crap, and I like it when it's crap. I'm not gonna get me wrong, but like, there's like no support at all, and I don't want it to get like that.
Well,
you
okay.
know?
Just revisiting what Quan just said. Quan just said there weren't Knights fans until the playoffs.
No, I
So-
said some of them.
Yeah,
were
no,
Knights
no.
fans
So,
till
yeah,
the
some.
playoffs.
Excuse me, I retract. Yes, you did say
But those
some.
people aren't
There were
even
some fans that
fans.
weren't fans until
They're
then.
fans of any sport. Is what I'm saying.
So I know that each person in this room, Quan included, we don't like it when people are bandwagons for our teams. If you're a fan of your team, you're a fan of your team. You're a fan of your team when they stink. You might not wear their memorabilia as much, but you still root for your team, still cheer for them. But I'm not gonna just show up
Yeah.
when the getting is good. So back to my initial point of fans may not be there because right back to my point. Like, if you weren't a fan until, oh my goodness, we're in the playoffs. Oh yeah, I'll go buy a Knights jersey. That's not a real fan, Quan. I mean, now granted, this is still a new team, so you are allowed to get on the boat or get on the bus a little later. I'm not judging anyone for that. All I'm saying is, to right back to Todd's point, if the Knights were terrible, so like say half the team gets hurt, and I'm not wishing that on anybody, but say half the team gets hurt and they have a horrible season, they don't even make the playoffs, and they do it again next year. How many people are still?
That's what I'm scared about.
What's still pulling people to? Oh my goodness, this is Vegas's team. Vegas is a team. They're not a team. They're not a fan base of long shots. They're a fan base of winners. So if you're winning, of course I'm gonna cheer. But when we losing, I don't know, and we'll never know. We'll never know because they had a great first season. Now, if they would have, like, it's easy to
we
sell
will
out.
know one day because they're not gonna always have good seasons.
No. I mean, no, but there's the Maple Leafs. They've sucked for years and they still sell out. It's because they actually do have a fan base that's like that. There's the Calgary Flames, also trash.
There's also Canadian teams that like live this stuff.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I'm saying, like, it's different. It's just different. So I mean, to my point of we'll never know, because I know that they sold a lot of tickets out the gate, but if they would have came out and crapped the bed for the first 4 months of the year, I don't know how many people would have kept coming. But we'll never know that because they came out the gates on fire.
They did. So, and that's going back to my point. Why not be excited about something that's happening instead of looking at, like, well, what if, or if in the future this happens, then the fan, like, I'm excited about what's going on right now. It brought a lot of attention to people that weren't hockey fans before, even to the point where I was watching another preseason game on TV that had nothing to do with the Golden Knights because I liked watching hockey now.
You watch WNBA also, I heard.
I do.
On occasion.
But that's
knows
my
Asia
point.
Wilson's
That's my
name now.
point. It's
Bring her in.
it's exciting. So I'm not going to kill the joy of the excitement that the city has because of it. Because the thing is, yeah, when the team's not good anymore, when they have a down year, there's going to be those casual people that won't watch anymore. But there's a lot of people that are now hockey fans because of the initial excitement that happened the first year that will be hockey fans even if the team's bad, and will be Golden Knights fans even if the team's not doing good. But I think we're going to have a good year. We got some better players than we lost, and I think it's going to be a good year.
I think also what you have in Vegas, which is probably one of the best parts about having sports in Vegas, when other teams come to Vegas to play, some of their fans come here because now they have 2 reasons to be in Vegas.
Yep.
So as far as ticket sales are concerned, I don't see the Knights having that problem, whether they're having a good season or not.
Agreed. The Raiders will have that benefit too.
Yeah, and I think the Raiders or any other sports team we get will have that benefit, because I met plenty of people who were here and it's like, oh, you here for a convention? You know, what are you in town for? Oh, I came to see X and X team play the Golden Knights. Oh, okay, cool. You know, he's here for the weekend, saw the game, and then he took advantage of Las Vegas. So part of, you know, part of what is the draw of us having a sports team is you don't have that everywhere else. You know, there are some cities, like the big cities like, you know, LA, New York, maybe Dallas, Miami, where, you know, there's a good reason. Like, yeah, I go to Miami, watch my team play the Dolphins, and then, you know,
I'm
in
in
South
Miami.
Beach. Yeah, I'm in Miami,
I'm in Miami.
right? But, you know, that's not necessarily the case going to Nashville. And it's not to say there's nothing to do in Nashville.
It's just
or
not Miami.
Cleveland or St. Louis, but
not
right,
Miami.
you know, it's just
Yeah, but I've said it
It ain't this
before.
other
I've said it
place,
before.
you know?
That's why ticket prices will stay high even if the
Right.
teams are bad, because and that's why the arena's on the strip. That's why the Raiders Stadium is on the strip, is because now it becomes a strip show. It's not
Strip show?
It's a strip show. It's a show on the strip. So if Raiders Stadium was, let's say, out in Summerlin and Raiders are doing bad, you're not getting the tourists to drive all the way to Summerlin, but they're going to go across the freeway.
No one's driving there because they don't have any parking, but that's another.
That's a whole nother show.
yeah, that's
whole
But that's the
nother
whole
show.
thing. There's no parking because it's on the strip, and they want people to walk and shuttle to the arena. And so that's the thing. It's a Vegas show, so people are going to come out here to see their team. So that's why it's going to be successful still if you have a down year, because people are coming to see their team. So they're still going to sell games, and it's going to be good. It's not like they're going to, you know, you're going to have a game where there's only 10,000 people in the crowd.
Right, and I don't think that's ever going to happen as long as they're playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
'Cause
Like
you
for
could have-
any team, right?
I mean, we saw the last game of the Stanley Cup. Most of it was Capitals fans. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
Just opportunistic Knights fans sell their seats. That,
Eh,
well, that's the truth.
eh. You can't look,
No
fandom,
words.
cash in the pocket. You know what I'm saying?
No
Like-
words.
I'm not
especially when
blaming
you've
anybody.
Especially when you've already
Hey.
If I had a
spent so
seat,
much.
if I had a seat, I might do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm a cash in the pocket kind of guy.
If
I
Josh
don't, you
wanted
know-
to go see his team win,
Because season ticket
For a
holders,
G.
season ticket holders weren't expecting to pay all this money because they weren't expecting the team to even go to the playoffs. So
right.
when you have to start, when your account's getting charged more for season tickets
Right.
because you have them for the playoffs, you're going to sell some of those tickets.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people understand that aspect of it with season ticket holders, that they don't prepay for for the playoffs. Lord knows.
Hold on, I'm
Oh,
just giving you
gosh,
40
dude.
grand?
Yeah.
You want what? You want something?
Hey,
Stop.
hold up, wait a minute. Like
We
you
got- we
making
got
some
to-
calls. Like, wait a minute.
We got to change that credit card number.
Hey.
Your card was not able to be
Your
charged.
card, your card was
update your card.
was declined. Is there a problem? Like, oh, hold on, I just have to. I'll see y'all next season.
I'm losing signal.
I've been doing a little research on the personal seat licenses for the Raiders too,
Mm.
talking to some people who got those, and interesting.
It's-
Whole different realm.
Really?
Exponentially.
Different, bad, worse. Just costs way
As
more.
long as you can afford it.
As long as you're rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casual fans aren't going to those games.
Yeah.
You have to sneak in. All right, well, hit us up. We're going to be here every Monday and Thursday. We'll be here Thursday at 2 p.m. West Coast time. Download that Guerilla Cross app. Follow us on all social media at Guerilla Cross. And yeah, share the Facebook post if you like it. If you're watching again, download that.
I'm just trying to show.
Oh,
the
you're
flyer.
showing the app. Okay. So that's the app flyer. I don't know if it was high enough. There you go.
I think it was high enough.
Everyone,
far
throw
away.
your flyers in the air. Wave them like you just don't care.
And if you like,
Fish and grits and all that pimp.
oh yeah.